In 2019, Michael X won the Wrestling Rundown Championship, taking the world by storm. But then, the virus attacked. These men promptly escaped from mental insanity by talking about the nerdiest shit on the internet, filmed in the Massachusetts underground. Today, still wanted by the people of YouTube, they survive as nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. If you have an obsession, if no one else can talk, and if you can subscribe to them, maybe you can hire the Indie Force.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Do one. We're back! Look at that! New intro theme! No video yet because you have to find a day for that, but it's... Just be happy we're here. Okay?
And Mike's a baby face for like one video. We'll see what happens in the next one.
Yeah. Hopefully you get your goatee back, because I feel
I
weird.
hope so. Dude, it's like having... I can't even look at myself in the mirror. I feel like I'm talking to my fucking baby.
I'm sorry, what did that baby just say?
Good shit.
I don't know. What did you say? Thing that's about to get deported if you keep talking?
Oh,
I was born here. Joke's on you.
Joke's on you. I don't choke. Unless it's these fucking disgusting ass fucking Easter peeps that are
absolute trash.
Absolute fucking
What
garbage.
the fuck happened to peeps, man?
I don't know. I guess they were just trying to appeal to kids who just really want to have cavities, and they just amped up the sugar.
Dude,
sugar.
The sugar content in those is retarded. It is so high. 30 milligrams.
They're packaging and selling sugar.
Hey, woman, when were you in the intro? I don't fucking think so.
We're actually recording, you know. This is actually a show, so I'm leaving this in. But you're not wrong. So you were also correct. Dude, no, you might as well. You eat a Peeps, you might as well just be like, I'm ready for diabetes now. Nom nom nom.
Like, dude, like the sugar content in those is ridiculous.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, if I continued eating those from middle school to now, it would probably be a wrap for me.
Yeah. Yeah, straight up. So before we get into the actual topics, obviously, everybody knows we're in...
The fuck was that, James?
I don't know. Shut up, okay?
Obviously.
Anyway, previously, I sound like fucking Morty. Pringles has a new double-layer dick stack.
Let me tell you something, Morty. All right, Morty.
That Pringles commercial is hilarious.
Quick thing that I have to say before we get started. This is something specifically for Lillian, so she can laugh her ass off.
No.
More than anything else. And I wanted to do it for Nikos because he's a big Ed and Eddie fan like I am.
Yeah.
But it is specifically this.
Oh boy.
Rolf has come to fuck bitches. What the bitches, Kevin? Now, if you weren't paying attention, it's the last bit that's the funny bit.
What was the last bit?
It is, Rolf has come to fuck bitches. What the bitches, Kevin?
Where the bitches, Kevin? Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your soil is weak and your cucumbers are soft.
So before we actually get into the topics and before we get into like actual
We're never
stuff
getting into
that has
topics.
changed
What
about
do
the
you mean?
show, how's everybody during this quarantine? You all know we all have to stay in our homes because the world fucking hates us. So how's everybody handling it?
My mom is forcing me to go on walks. I'm like, walks?
Walks? How about this then? People that aren't sick you should be able to fucking hang out with.
Yeah.
Although, however, I have been sharpening my throwing skills, such as this.
What is you?
Oh.
I threw a hatchet into a tree today.
First shot.
What does the tree do to you?
He was bored.
Her name was Melissa.
Oh, okay.
Lived in the woods.
Okay.
Nobody. All right. Okay.
Nice.
Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that person. It's okay.
Exactly. That's why it's a very specific joke for only the three of us. But somebody will definitely.
I'm sorry. What did that baby just say?
Why is the floor talking?
I don't know. Anyway.
Put headphones in.
So yes. Anyway. So, obviously, the format, as you can tell, has changed. Now, wrestling is still a part of the Indy Force. That's always going to be the case, regardless. However,
Well, James gets sick of it.
yeah, this is where, and I'm going to tell a story here, and I told this to Mike, but I figured I'd just share it on here. I was doing a paper, and...
Oh my god, that's a great story.
Thanks. No, I'm not even finished yet. I do the paper, and the paper is for American culture, and it basically asks, what's your biggest fandom? Everybody knows, if you ask me, it's fucking wrestling. And I thought, okay, well, that should be easy. That was my first thought. And then my second thought went to, oh, God, I have to fucking talk about wrestling again. Again. And by the time like 2 hours happened, I just kind of winged it and used the fucking dictate audio thing to wrote my paper and sent it in like 3 minutes before the time. So that should tell you how sick I am of just talking about wrestling. Doesn't mean we won't talk about wrestling, but I want to talk about it.
Now, when you were talking about wrestling, were you talking about just like wrestling as in professional wrestling or more
professional?
Okay,
wrestling,
that's
the entertainment. Good. It comes down to how the fandom works. But I've done a paper on that before. Mike can attest to this. I've done probably every variation for a paper of professional wrestling you can imagine.
You even did a skit on YouTube.
I've done a skit on YouTube. I've done everything wrestling, and it's just at some point, just shit needs to. I need to get other interests.
No, James. I can get where you're coming from. It's like at a certain point when you have a fandom, you're just tired of talking about it. You're just so fucking sick of talking about that one specific thing.
Right.
That, let's be honest, is a very niche thing to talk about to begin with. It's such a conversation killer.
Right. Like,
yeah.
I would be okay because we can, I would love to talk about wrestling if it's like
let me give
good
an
shit
example
that we enjoy. But I feel like I'm always covering legitimately everything, and it's just fucking annoying. And at some points, it's just toxic.
Agreed.
And I just
the problem does come in is where that community is very fucking. It's one-sided when it comes to what it wants sometimes.
And
in other words, cancerous.
Yeah, and it really shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be, because you look at like wrestlers like Omega, who's fan of anime, fan of freaking video games and all this other shit, and then you got these. It's just wrestling with them, and it's like, do you have any other fucking interests? And then I look at Owen and I realize he has all these other interests, and I'm like, I need to get some fucking hobbies. Because he watches Breaking Bad and fucking... Dude, his most popular videos aren't even fucking wrestling, for fuck's sake. They're SpongeBob reviews.
Yeah.
So
but regardless, that's on his second channel.
Yes, but still, that's they're still his most popular videos. So it's like, I need hobbies, man. I need other shit to talk about. And
I mean, my first video on YouTube was like a review on an old Western movie, and I still haven't done any reviews for other movies. I mean, I could start doing that again.
Yeah.
Well, do it on stuff that you're interested in. Don't be like, listen, I'm going to say it like this, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for it in like the comments section, or maybe somebody out there just doesn't give a fuck. Don't be a Doug Walker. Don't just be like, oh, I'm going to be the nostalgia guy. I'm going to cover old movies, the old bad movies. And then it goes, I'm covering nowadays movies that just came out three months ago, and that's what I'm going to cover.
Yep, and enjoy the copyright hassle. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Have fun with this for it's the fucking most boring thing in the world.
Yeah.
Now, as said, we are going to still talk about wrestling. In fact, our first topic is wrestling related. We will get to that. But before we even get to that, and I forgot to actually put this in the Word document of topics that we have, Mike, Casey, and I kind of discovered something a few days ago. For Mike, it's been 13 years since he made his first YouTube video, and for me, it's been 12 years, and for Casey, who was not here, press F in the chat, it's been 12 years as well. So we're between 12 to 13 years on this platform, which is fucking nuts to think about.
That's impressive.
That's fucking
Congratulations
insane.
to you both.
So I just wanted to point that out there. So, you know, if you guys want to stroke our egos, go for it. I don't care. That being said, now we'll move on to the topics. And we'll talk about this Mania shit. And, man, I don't even know where the fuck to start.
Well, let's just start off with the more mediocre matches and some good ones, and then work our way up to the ones that
if you want to get the card up, while I talk about the whole thing as a whole, go for it.
Yeah, that would be better. Just get the card up. We can just review or talk about each of them.
And keep in mind, Nikos probably watched more of it than I did, than either of us did. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't watch WrestleMania.
Highlights. I didn't watch every single match, but there are some matches that doesn't even deserve highlights.
Yeah.
Because thumbnails, you know?
WrestleMania 36, Wikipedia. We'll just look up the wiki. I'm not going to screen share just to avoid because there's only three of us. I don't want one of us to like be moved around or anything. So
who gives a shit, to be 100% honest?
Yeah.
And something I just thought of or remembered about WrestleMania 36. You remember the conversation? I think Mike talked about this. What WrestleMania should have been.
Yeah,
I remember actually.
It should have been a 2-night event like Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, well, they did a 2-night event actually,
and it was bad.
Yeah. Despite that fact of having no crowd,
and I've said this 100 times over. It really all comes down to the wrestlers making shit turning it into gold. Vince doesn't give a fuck. He's in it for the money. I've said this 100 times. I'll say it probably 100 more. This dude couldn't give a single shit. Like, we have proven with our show that it does not matter how long your fucking show is. As long as you can justify it with the fucking quality, it doesn't matter how long it is. It could be a 4-hour show. It could be an 8-hour show. It could be a 2-night event. If you can justify your the quality of your program with the quantity that you have, people will rave about it and will talk good about it. And there will be very few complaints.
Agreed.
This is not that.
Second.
This is not that. And there are a lot more things than just this whole bullshit with... There's a lot more wrong with this than just the actual quality of the 2 nights, but we're going to get into it, obviously. We're just going to go match by match. I know we didn't watch all the matches. Here's one match that did catch my eye, which I wish I kind of watched. It was the Cesaro versus Drew Gulak match. I actually kind of want to see it. I don't know how good it was. Even if it wasn't an empty arena, I kind of want to see it.
I mean, it was okay. I mean, the moment you see Cesaro, you get what you get.
I hate the fact. I just hate what they've done with Cesaro. I hate the fact that
you're not the only one that agrees with that.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, the only reason why Drew Gulak is even in Mania at all, period, even on a pre-show, is because he's paired up with Daniel Bryan. And
yeah,
it's shameful. It's shameful that you can't, build these guys up to be more important than they are. It's like they completely lost all passion to create stars. Like they say they create stars, which you shouldn't create them. You should just let stars be themselves. But they can't even do that right. It's more the guys having to come up with a whole new gimmick and get that over, and then when they get over, then they're like, no, we got to create your character. Because nobody could be more over than the brand. But I digress. Fucking Alexa and Nikki beat the Kabuki Warriors. Everybody saw that coming, and it's fucking stupid. I hope Asuka and Kairi Sane leave for AEW.
The only pirate-themed that they actually advertised was, I think it was, who was wearing the pirate outfit? Kairi
Sane, probably.
Yeah. The only pirate theme that got off this WrestleMania.
Yeah. And
what about Paul Burchill?
We'll get to the whole reason why this event never should have taken place. At least right now in the first place.
By the way, how many of these fucking pirate gimmicks is Vince McMahon gonna do? He already did Chuck Palumbo for fuck's sake.
No, it wasn't Chuck Palumbo. You're thinking of Paul Burchill.
It is Paul Burchill. Okay, let's get those two mixed up because they're both equivalently as relevant.
Well, first off, it wasn't even his gimmick. That was Kairi Sane's gimmick. But if you follow Kairi Sane's career, it actually works. But of course, because she got over on her own, doesn't count. Anyway, I digress. Elias, King Corbin, nobody gives a shit.
Nah.
Becky Lynch defeated Shayna Baszler. Everyone was raving about this shit. I saw this coming a mile away. The minute she was called up to the main roster, I knew she was not going to go over Vince's guys.
Yeah, it was pointless, that match. I mean, this is the same Shayna Baszler that took out every single female in the elimination by herself.
Yeah, and the stupidest thing about it is, so now not only have you buried your entire Raw women's division, but now you buried Shayna Baszler, who beat the rest of the Raw women's division, which means Becky Lynch is now better than Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey, and Shayna Baszler, and Shayna Baszler is better than everybody else. What the fuck does that tell you?
By the way, how did Becky get such a fucking huge push in such a short period of time?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know what's their obsession with Becky at this point.
I'll tell you what happened. Not that I hate Becky for it anyway.
She's a good athlete. I'm not going to shit all over Becky Lynch. I'm just asking the question. So how in the blue fuck did she get as popular as she did?
So basically what happened was, and this shows how tone deaf WWE is, and this is why I just stopped watching, period, on the main roster. She lost at SummerSlam in a triple threat match. I think Carmella was the champion at the time. Ugh. And Charlotte was in the triple threat match. Charlotte ended up pretty much backstabbing Becky, even though it was every woman for herself anyway. But it was the story of her friend backstabbed her and took the glory for herself. And Charlotte doesn't need any more championship wins. And so Becky turned on her, the goal being that she was going to be a big heel. But the crowd cheered her immensely. Then she developed a man persona, and the persona caught on like wildfire. And then the main reason she got even more popular was she was going to fight Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series. But then Nia Jax accidentally punched her because she doesn't know how to fucking work and broke her nose, and you just get this iconic shot of the man, like, after, with the whole SmackDown invasion of Raw and doing this shit with blood dripping down her face and everything. It was very reminiscent of, like, Austin. People compared her to Austin, like, straight away with the WrestleMania 13. That's why she got as popular as she did. The problem is her popularity's waned already, and this title run realistically probably should have ended at SummerSlam of last year.
Agreed.
So the title run's gone too long, is what happened. So she's really not that popular anymore. It's just that they don't know how to make stars instead of letting them get organically over like Becky Lynch got over. So now everybody is just kind of buried and nobody gives a shit about the women's division. But that's because nobody gives a shit about the main roster, so everybody's buried. And again, we'll get to that. Clearly, it's not about the athletes anyway. It's about Vince and his fucking insurance money. Sami Zayn versus Cesaro, with Cesaro and Shinsuke versus Daniel Bryan, who was with Drew Gulak. Nobody cares. Does anybody really give a shit? I'm sure it was a great match, but this should have been in front of a crowd. They had... See, okay. So now we get to reasons why this event should have happened. Shouldn't have happened. At least right now. They should have postponed this shit till June. John Morrison defeated Jimmy Uso and Kofi Kingston in a triple threat ladder match. I heard that this was the best match at night one.
It was good. I mean, it was some good spots.
And I'm not counting the Boneyard match because that doesn't fucking count, and I'll get to why it doesn't count. So this was by default the best match on the show, or at least on night one. Here's the problem. It was for the tag team titles.
Yes. But it's made as a triple threat.
It was a triple threat with 3 singles wrestlers who were fighting for the tag team titles because The Miz ended up lying that he was sick.
Wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah. And
would you?
Isn't there like
yes.
one of the wrestlers who are confirmed?
You know what? Here's the thing. I don't blame The Miz. I blame WWE for their fucking incompetence. I'll get to it. I blame Vince specifically. This never should have taken place. This is one of the reasons why this event never should have taken place in the first place. You know Roman is close with the Usos. You know if they get it, he's susceptible to get it if Miz has Corona. And he's going to be fucked. Because he has a weakened immune system because of his fucking leukemia.
Yes.
Whoever thought that this was smart to even have this event in the first place needs to be fucking arrested. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, this was just pure incompetence.
It's just stupid negligence. That's all it is.
It is.
Being dumb.
And we're not even and not just negligence in a health way. There's a lot of other reasons why it's negligent, and we're gonna get to it. But I'm gonna be very quick about the rest of this card. Kevin Owens defeated Seth Rollins. No shit. Everybody called that from a mile of fucking way.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman took Roman Reigns' place to beat Goldberg and finally win the Universal title, and no one could care.
I had problems with this match, and the same thing for the main events. Where it was a short finisher.
They
were just spamming finishers, is what Wrestling with Regret.
Listen, they all hit the Y button, and that was it. That was the whole match.
That was it.
They built up 3 finishers, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, well, 4 actually.
These kind of matches need to fucking die a death. And then
the problem with it too, and here's like one of my major issues with this. That type of wrestling is 1980s Hulk Hogan era.
Yes.
Shit that you could get away with.
That's the
not
problem.
Nowadays.
No, not even close.
A finisher should be a finisher. Like, this move's hit, it's the end of the match, not I hit you with my signature, comeback, signature, finisher. I'm going to check your meter and see if your health's in red. Keep hitting finishers, keep hitting signatures, and then that's the end of the match.
And here's the other thing, too. The only reason they're doing that match, that style, is because Goldberg can't keep up with Braun Strowman on his good day. So that's the only reason, because he's fucking old.
The man's old.
So, and here's another thing. I want to point this out.
He just wants to work on his motorcycle.
Here's the dumbest thing that pissed me the fuck off. And you know what? This is where I say, Goldberg, fuck yourself. Get fucking blackballed, kid. Never come back to wrestling again. This dude literally buried Bray Wyatt in Saudi Arabia just to have this match at Mania. and then he was going to fuck off. Because for whatever reason, he thought that he needed to be the superhero for the kids. And even though Roman would have been that superhero regardless for those kids, if he was the one to beat Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania.
But hey, at least finally Braun got the championship, even though he should have won it like 2 years ago.
Who could possibly care that he has a Universal Championship now? They have completely destroyed his credibility.
I'm sorry, they completely destroyed the credibility of the title first, then him.
Yeah.
That fucking title means nothing.
Dude, the fact that, and this is straight up the fact, I don't care what anybody wants to tell me, all the titles there are props.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Braun Strowman, the person, when he made those tweets out, it's almost like, defend our company and we'll reward you. And
yeah, pretty much.
Even though it was an asinine comments, he got rewarded for it because nobody else was defending WWE on their because they think that this shit is just flat out wrong.
Mm.
And I guarantee you,
and
everybody other than Braun Strowman thinks that having WrestleMania at all around this time was wrong. Guarantee it.
Yeah.
So, Undertaker versus AJ Styles in a boneyard match. I watch clips of this shit. I don't care.
I thought it was good cinematically.
It's
good cinematically, but the problem is that you could tell that it's not a do or die situation. It's not in the ring. It's not both of them at their peak and their prime going at it one-on-one. It's video and scheduled. If I wanted to watch a video scheduled thing, I'd watch broken Matt Hardy do everything that he's doing on AEW right now.
Yeah, and the thing about that is the reason Matt was doing it, and you could even tell when Matt was doing it, it was a lot of that was one take. You could tell the amount, dude. It felt like watching a movie. I'm sorry. We're nerds. We like the Avengers Endgame, but when we're watching wrestling, we're not trying to watch an Avengers Endgame and a piss poor version of that, mind you. We're trying to watch wrestling, and not to mention the fact that literally they had to call this a boneyard match because it was really a buried alive match with a different name.
It takes place in the
cemetery. It was a buried alive match, but not in the arena.
Yeah, exactly.
What it was.
And plus, they try to make it feel like this was a real match and that Undertaker wasn't fighting AJ Styles. It was Mark Calloway fighting Alan Jones. Like, they were really trying to get real with each other.
I'm sick of this shit.
Listen, if you want to have Mean Mark Calloway come back, fucking go back in time and grab Sid Vicious.
Bro, I'm gonna be straight up here. If you're going to do this kayfabe breaking bullshit, you might as well just adopt everything from the fucking UFC. Straight up.
Yeah.
Because I'm dead ass getting sick. If I'm going to watch wrestling, immerse me in your fucking reality. Don't fucking take me out of the reality by bringing in the guys' real names. It's fucking stupid and it gets no one over. It gets no one over.
It almost felt like they were play fighting. I mean, they were just going at each other like, hey, come on, do this.
That's exactly what it was. It was fucking play fighting. Just from the clips that I saw, the stupid Undertaker raising up and then AJ having to turn his head slow. It was so...
It was a birth of a new meme right there.
It was phony as shit. And no one's going to remember this other than the small amount of memes that are going to come about it. And then I have to see these fans fucking defending this shit.
It didn't really need to happen, to be honest.
None of this needed to happen. And that's where I'm saying, like, none of this needed to happen the way it happened.
And here's what's worse. The build for this was AJ Styles basically targeting Michelle McCool, who was married to Mark.
No. What build? If it requires... Let me put it like this. And I'm going to give an example, and it's a really good one. Would Shawn Michaels going back in time and attacking The Undertaker at his home, giving away his name, Mean Mark Calloway, away to everybody else, make that feud even better? Or is it fine to keep everything in what happens in this arena is what happens in this arena? That's how this thing goes.
Yep. That's true.
They don't understand that because Vince McMahon thinks, well, you see the internet. It's a source. I mean, all these kids, Suplex King, memes. We got to create more memes. It's like literally, what it's the equivalent of? Do you guys remember the fight in Metal Gear Rising Revengeance against fucking Armstrong? Where he goes, it's our memes, Jack. Our memes are what makes us.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there going,
that's what it feels like. It's like they're just trying to be a meme now.
Dumb shit, and then they did it in real life.
Like they could give two shits less unless they don't even take their own product seriously to a level of seriousness. Like really AEW has some goofy shit, but at least they take their goofy shit seriously. Oh my god! Like
this was just a goofy match. Like cinematically, it was okay, but overall, it didn't need to happen. And
then we get night 2, and night 2 is even worse, by the way, than night 1.
Well, actually, before we get to night 2, I just like how the fact that after it ends with the Boneyard match, it just cuts to a teaser of Undertaker's podcast, little documentary special on his match, or the last ride, as they call it. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean,
listen,
to be honest, if you watch the Broken Skull session, you're fine.
It's upsetting when you can physically go and use this joke in professional wrestling. The Undertaker Part 22, The Quest for More Money.
It's true, though.
That's a fucking Spaceballs joke.
Yep.
That's a Spaceballs joke, and it works. Because that's all WWE does now is fucking, we're going to do this match. But we're going to do this match a year later, and it's going to be terrible. All right, we're going to call it Part 2, The Quest for More Money.
You want to know why the UFC is as fucking popular as it is right now? Is because they keep fucking shit fresh.
Well, it's because Dana White doesn't... Because Dana White has fucking been there, done that with every single angle, idea, story, whatever you want to call it. He's done it all, and he goes... Guys, the whole idea is to get in the ring and want to be the fucking best in the world. That's all you need.
And he also doesn't try to play God. And we'll get to that towards the end of this small review. All right, let's just get through night 2. We're just going to get through night 2 in rapid fucking fire, except for a few matches.
Yeah.
I'm going to get through the matches no one gives a single shit about, and then I'll get to the ones that we are going to talk about.
All of them. So all of them?
No. There's some, but for bad reasons, obviously, for bad reasons. Liv Morgan defeats Natalya on the pre-show. Who cares? Aleister Black obviously was going to beat Bobby Lashley. Who cares? Lana interfered. No one cares. Street Profits beat Angel Garza and apparently Austin Theory because because Mysterio ended up actually getting diagnosed with Corona, and again, we'll get to that. We'll fucking get to that, because that means Andrade has it too. So Austin Theory had to fucking step in. Bayley defeated Evans, Naomi, Banks, and Tamina. No one cares. The Fiend beat John Cena in a Firefly Funhouse match that, again, was just play fighting. No one cared.
Can we just talk about that for a little bit? I'm just trying to understand. What's it about? That whole firehouse...
They're saying there's a deeper meaning to it, and when it really was just, hey, it's playing up John Cena insecurities, and it's supposed to be... and that's what I heard about it, which I didn't actually see the match, but that's exactly what I got from that.
They were reliving John Cena's career from the moment he first...
But it's him now.
I'm going to put this very, very bluntly so that everybody understands. If that is what they were doing, then that means Bray Wyatt, yet again,
has the power
not
of
get a
time
clean
control.
win against John Cena.
But wait, James,
James,
James, you're forgetting about the most important thing here. Bray Wyatt has the ability to show Cena alternate timelines.
I don't care.
This motherfucker has Thanos powers. Oh boy, Eye of Agamotto. He's got some Doctor Strange level bullshit now. Oh man, how is he not the greatest wrestler of all time then? How come he didn't go back in time and alert Husky Harris the fact that your career is gonna go literally nowhere?
Dude, it's bad.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I'm sure the Fiend was fine with it at this point, and he's just like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna
To be honest,
the fuck
I
they
thought I was
want,
watching
because at
a
least I'm
commercial.
getting a check and feeding my family. That's probably what he's thinking at this point.
Like in
This
one of the scenes where I saw that,
Bray could not give a single shit about this match.
yeah. I mean, like for instance, there was this one moment where they're lifting weights, John Cena and Bray Wyatt. For a second, I thought it was a commercial. Like they just went cut to commercial, but no, it's the actual match. I'm like,
Can I be honest though? That would be radical to do on a show, where you think it's a commercial segment, but it's literally like things are still going on.
yeah,
They're like, oh, this is a weird commercial or ad, and it's like,
It'd be it'd be one thing if they did that, but they didn't. And it's just like,
not
again,
interesting.
it's more play fighting, and it just all it is Bray Wyatt had to use a fucking gimmick match and dirty tactics to get a win on John Cena again. So he was never gonna win clean. He was never gonna win clean. That's all that showed to me.
To be 100% honest, it isn't Cena's fault. I'm not going to fucking sit there and say it's his idea.
Anyway, we'll get to that. So we got through the matches no one cared about.
yep.
Now we'll get to the matches that we do care about for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get to Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Now, in defense of WWE here, there's not much that they could have done. Rhea Ripley's visa was expiring, so there was no way. And by the way, she's still in Florida. She can't go back to Australia, so she's stuck there. And she can stay there because obviously there's nothing really that she could do, and they're not going to arrest her. But the minute she starts working without a visa, she's fucked. So she can't do that. So that's why they put the title on Charlotte Flair here. So there really wasn't much.
Which, by the way, WWE, there is a thing that you can file for which keeps your employees for your company that are from overseas in your company. A little tiny company as well has done it, and they're called Rooster Teeth. The fact that a company that's been around for 11, 12, maybe 13 years has outsmarted you with work-related visas is fucking upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Gotta be an idiot.
Hey, we never said that Vince was smart. Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. This is the match I was looking forward to the most, and then I stopped giving a shit because it wasn't going to take place in front of a crowd. So it sucks. I'm at least happy that they gave that Cinderella story of Otis getting Mandy Rose, and they actually kissed. So that was cool. That was like the only thing that was.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of another WrestleMania moment. Can't put my
dude. All right. Let's chill on that. Literally everything has been done in wrestling. There's bound to be repeats of shit. This was different though because it was a very different story, and it was
that
really the only good story on SmackDown. So I'll give them the benefit there. So good. It's the one good thing out of this fucking shit show.
Yeah.
That's like the one good thing. The one positive was that Otis was actually able to get the hot chick. Oh, God, this next match. Edge versus...
You mean Team Banana Slammer?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. You saw that image? Oh my God, that was the best, man.
That was the first joke I made. That was literally the first comment I put up, which was their Team Banana Slammer.
Dude, they should, man. That would be great.
Banana Slammer.
Oh yeah, Tucky. I'm Banana Slammer.
Banana Slammer. Dude, that's a fucking Donkey Kong reference, by the way, from that
He
shitty
looks
TV
like
show.
Donkey Kong, bro. I love Otis, though. Otis is the best. I
I
love
like
Otis.
Donkey Dong.
So
Maybe
yeah.
get
That being said,
dong tonight.
and by the way, are they dating for real? Because I feel like this was a way for them to date for real. I don't know.
Oh.
If, like,
Showed her
I
the
didn't know
banana
if Mandy
slide.
actually had a boyfriend, which would kind of be fucked up if she did. But
Show them the donkey dong.
I don't know. I don't know if this was real or not. It'd be cool if it was, because that's a hell of a heartwarming story. But anyway, I digress from that.
Yeah.
So
Now we get to this.
Edge versus Randy Orton.
Hmm.
All right.
Can I say that I didn't care for this?
I
Nor
mean,
should I?
This should have taken outside of
to
stadium.
be
That's
honest,
the problem.
I didn't even see it until the article popped up. And to be honest, at first, yeah, it was bad. But then the other side of me was like, it's been like, what, 13 years? I mean,
Right. Well,
you
here's
should
the
just
thing.
let go, you know? But
Well, no.
from
Here's
accounts-
the thing. Here's the thing. I'd be all right with that. And I'm sure people that haven't actually gone through that, like as bad as people have, would say that, and I understand that. But if you're like me, I went through that shit.
we all did, dude. Anyone who was a fan of wrestling
it was tragic.
knew or
So
lived
to
through that.
be reminded of that in any way, it was the fact that it came out two weeks after the Vice documentary as well. It didn't help their case. But I'll get to that towards the end of this. There was no reason, first off, this should have gone 36 fucking minutes.
Oh,
That's
no.
way too goddamn long for a last man standing match.
Yeah.
Edge was choked. Essentially, I'll get straight to it now. Was choked with a Bowflex weight machine and a cord. If you know the story of Chris Benoit, that's how he hung himself. That's the spot they did. I don't think.
Congratulations, WWE. You have officially done a worse storyline than WCW.
Yeah.
It took you a long time, but it
didn't. No, it didn't. They did worse shit after that.
They have done worse, but when it comes to
this was the most
because of that.
Just recreating a wrestler's death like that, that's not cool.
Look.
That's fucked.
I don't
That's
think
just-
Edge. I want to get this out of the way now. I don't think Edge and Orton had any malicious intent. Period. When doing this.
No.
And
Absolutely.
they had no malicious intent of doing this. That fucking said, reports have now come out that there were wrestlers that straight up went to editors, and editors went up to Kevin Dunn and Vince, straight up saying, you need to take this out because of the connotations. This is bad. This is just giving me bad vibes all around because of what it reminded me of. And Vince straight up said, I don't give a shit. We're keeping it in. Great. Awesome.
I hope. By the way, quick thing: the XFL is over. 2021 is dead.
Yeah,
I already know.
they were doing
Well,
well.
all right. You know what? I don't feel bad for Vince because I knew, like, I want to say I'm happy that it ended, but the way it ended actually kind of makes me feel dirty. And I feel more bad for the employees that and the players that actually work there than anything else.
Agreed,
Well,
but
it
that's
lasted,
for
I
all
guess.
those situations. Continue,
I do think that they need another chance. I hate Vince. I hate saying anything. Vince McMahon deserves another fucking chance, but I think that XFL actually deserves another chance. Only if nothing else for the players that were working for that and the employees that were employed.
Anyway, Nikos,
now
you
they're
were
out
trying
of-
to say something.
I mean, yeah, it was fun while it lasted for the XFL. It seemed like they were really doing well, but on the account of what's been going on, I mean, I deserve that they could get like another push sometime in the future. I mean, I'm guessing this is like not the right time for them to even begin.
Well, no one could have predicted that this was gonna fucking hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
maybe
this
they
was
were
just-
going to
this was
postpone
just
it.
bad
That would
time.
have been
The
fine.
Simpsons did though.
The Simpsons did. Maybe we should just start.
Simpsons
listening to
literally did.
this point.
And
In
they haven't been wrong
1993,
yet.
they literally predicted the coronavirus. So.
Anyway, I mean, Edge won. I'm glad he won, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like
It's a dirty victory.
all this bullshit.
You know how we've always talked about James like a dirty victory? This to me just doesn't feel like there's no clarity. Nobody fucking
Edge
wants
good.
here.
It doesn't do Edge good. Like this
No,
guy should have had a stadium.
This doesn't benefit anybody. This is one of those very dirty victories that doesn't feel good.
It kind of reminded me of that one last man standing match Edge was fighting John Cena at Backlash 2009. Right. To me, it felt like a dirty victory, and he even won that match as well.
Yeah, but I'm saying like specifically because of the fact of like what the connotation from what they did in the match is about.
Yeah, they should have.
It's not like it's like, oh, you want to be a dirty victory. This is like, I want to fucking take a shower after this.
Dude, if this was live, I totally understand.
Yeah,
nobody can like do anything. Like it's whatever.
But throughout the whole match, it was just
fun. But this was taped.
Yeah,
and this is where I blame the WWE and Vince specifically, because he straight up said he didn't give a shit to the people that voiced their concerns for that exact
reason. People that fucking worked with the man for how long? I'm sorry, how many people?
If you're a wrestler, Dave Meltzer said, if you're a wrestler, there's no way it didn't affect you.
Exactly.
New or old, it didn't matter. Like, they were affected some way or another. I was affected. Like, that shit was fucking haunting for me for the longest time.
And
that was a horrible time in my life.
What was worse than that spot was the god-awful commentary that followed.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the worst tone-deaf, droll commentary ever heard.
You know what's bad? You know what's bad? You know what's bad when fucking Tony Schiavone at his age can outdo you on commentary.
Yeah, but who were the commentary team during that match?
You mean the Batman fan, Tony Schiavone, the man, the myth, the legend?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now we get to the main event, or the two main events. There was two. We saw the last one, I guess, on Raw. I don't give a fuck. Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Drew McIntyre gets his win in a spam finisher match in front of no crowd. You guessed it.
Yeah.
And, he did not look pleased when he won the belt. I'm sure he would have actually cried if it was in front of people. And I'm sure this is not the way he wanted to do it. You could tell, too. Like, I saw clips of it. You could tell Drew didn't want to be there.
I don't think anybody wanted to be there, dude. Nobody wants to fucking work during this whole thing.
And
the things that they should be doing to get paid right now is signing autographs, meeting kids in hospitals that are sick, fucking going above and beyond instead of performing in the ring. They should be doing everything but that right now.
And here's the other problem. There was, I guess, a dark match that they aired on Raw. Drew McIntyre versus Big Show was the true main event, I guess. Big Show did an impromptu challenge. McIntyre accepted and won in a 15-minute match.
And
no cares.
I'm just imagining what would happen if Lesnar retained.
I don't give a fuck. How about that? Like, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to go over people that have compromised immune systems that could be at risk even being in the arena. Roman Reigns, who was there during tapings, was one of them. Edge is another. Brock Lesnar is absolutely one because of his diverticulitis scare.
Ugh.
Fuck. I mean, you have Otis there. I mean, not that I hate the guy, and I'm not shitting on him when I say this, but I'm sure he has a couple of health complications, despite how athletic he is. Like, there is too many things at risk here.
You mentioned earlier that Andrade has won.
Rey Mysterio has corona. It was already confirmed. Somebody said that he had corona. I don't know how. I know the Miz is sick as well. And then if Ray had any form of sickness, he had to be pulled.
Yes.
But they're saying it was corona, which means Andrade, who fought on Raw, now has corona because he was in contact with Rey Mysterio in the ring.
Dude, you shouldn't even be in the fucking ring if you have a cold.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be. I'm going to be 100% honest. The health of your athletes is like the most important thing in the world.
And here's the other
thing.
Here's the other thing. And this is where we're gonna end this. And by the way, this show's gonna go as long as we want to, by the way. We're not time limiting ourselves. Yeah. But I want to make this very fucking clear. With this show, It was a cash grab for Vince. He literally couldn't have given a single fuck about his athletes. It's not only negligent in the health aspect, but it's also financially negligent. Because now these wrestlers that wrestled on the show are going to get less pay than if you were to postpone it in June, where you had a pay-per-view opening.
Yeah.
And Florida kind of is big enough where they were able to stop right at the time that they needed for the curve to go down for the corona, which means that most likely around the end of June, it would have been okay to have it in Tampa Bay Stadium.
You're asking Vincent Kennedy fucking McMahon to postpone money.
Bro, I know. But if anybody wants to tell me that this man ain't fucking selfish, and that's the thing, and this is why I will never give it a chance.
This man has
all of those bad things that happened at Mania this year straight up could have been avoided. It legitimately could have been avoided if you'd have just postponed the fucking event till June.
I mean, his motto is like, money talks and money walks.
Yeah, and that's the minute you focus all your attention on money, you're missing the entire point.
And the fact that he needs to have every WrestleMania be on April.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Listen, James and I have been talking about it for a long time. We're probably going to be shifting the date for Immortal after like the first year.
We might.
It makes more sense to have that big event during the summer.
Yeah.
It makes way more sense because more venues open up, more people are willing to fucking do things instead of this ridiculousness of we need to have it in April. It's a legacy. It's like, fuck that. Just move it. You're moving the date and pushing things closer together.
Yeah, basically.
This shit is fucked up. It's a fucked up situation that could have been avoided if he'd have just postponed the event. And now reports are going out that WWE wrestlers are vehemently upset at Vince McMahon and may even there are even talks of staging a strike.
Which
because
they should.
Vince is forcing them to work at
I will be the first person who is. I'm the only one that's actually sat here and the only person that's in this thing that's actually been a part of a strike since I worked for a Stop and Shop a long time ago.
Exactly.
It's important. Having a strike is really important. Yes, you don't have your workers coming in and making money, but it's specifically for the people that are getting fucked over more than anything else. A strike is really important.
And here's the thing.
They should 100% strike against this bullshit. It's ridiculous.
And here's the other thing. And this is the big thing. The reason why they're even talking about having a strike is they're making them do live tapings, not taped. They're doing live tapings.
Oh, do taping.
Just do
taping.
First off, they're completely going against Florida Commission guidelines right now, and they're doing this shit. But their argument is they're not sports; they're entertainment. That's how they're going to get through the bullshit, or at least they think. And I hope to God that they shut this down just for the sake of the fucking athletes. Because I don't want any more wrestlers getting sick during this time.
Agreed.
Like it was already enough with the Miz and Mysterio and Andrade. We don't need more. And I think two others that are unnamed got corona recently in the PC. This shit needs to end. This shit needs to fucking end, and it needs to end now. AEW did it right.
Yeah.
AEW is having a handful of guys on a day where they need to tape their fucking shows if this goes any longer. So they already taped a bunch of shit for the next 2 months. They didn't do live shows.
Mm-hmm.
Because
WWE is insistent on doing live shows just so Vince McMahon can get his insurance money. It all goes back to the fucking insurance money because you don't give a fuck about your athletes. You don't give a fuck about the people that you fucking employ. And everybody wants to tell me that this guy cares? You're telling me after all the shit that he's ever done with Bret Hart, with Kurt Angle, with fucking CM Punk, you're telling me right now, especially now, that this man gives a fuck about any of his fucking wrestlers? Fuck out of here. You want to tell me that, oh, the show must go on. My fucking ass it has to go on. My ass, it has to go on. You easily could have postponed this shit in June. And the fact that you fucking didn't, and the fact that you fucking put your wrestlers at fucking risk. People that kids and fucking other people look up to. You put them in this fucking position. Vince, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. You'll never will be, because all you give a fuck is your goddamn insurance check. Fuck you. As I said, and I'll say it again, I've said it 100 times already on Owen's fucking channel. The minute you fucking pass away, I will go to Stanford and piss on your fucking gravestone.
He's gonna bury himself out in California. You know he will.
I don't give a fuck where he buries. I'll find out where he's buried and I'll piss on his fucking grave. Go ahead and arrest me when I turn fucking 50. I don't give a fuck. Fuck.
Now here's the whole thing with this, and it's a quick, my quick 2 cents that I can give into it.
Go ahead.
I've worked sick. I've worked I've worked when I've had the flu. I've worked when I fucking had the common cold. I've worked when fucking I broke my toe. I've worked when fucking injured.
This is not one of those things.
No, this is one of those things where it's...
If you have any one of those things that Mike mentioned and Corona's involved, you get Corona on top of what you already have, you could die.
Well, okay, an injury is an injury, but what I'm trying to say is, and you're trying to see where I'm coming from, but you're jumping ahead.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is, working with any type of sickness or injury while it's a physically demanding job, any type of physically demanding job, you should be able to get time off.
Yeah.
It should be paid time off no matter what.
Especially in this line of work.
It's the most important thing ever. These guys should be absolutely getting health coverage from this company. They're not.
Because Vince wants...
I can understand if you want to have somebody go down as an independent contractor, then they should be able to work the times that they want to work. I'm just putting it out.
Well, and now Roman's got heat with Vince. And by the way, and Roman, I respect Roman for walking what he did.
I mean, yeah, it's
and for all the reasons I just mentioned, like his health is a priority. His fucking family's a priority. The fact that he shouldn't have to wrestle in front of no fucking fans, and this easily should have been postponed. That is greatly the main reasons why he probably walked out. I respect Joe Anoa'i 100 more times than I did before, just walking out of this fucking shit show. And that's exactly what it was. It was honestly, a goddamn shit show.
If he's smart, take his career, take all the shit that he has, and go to another company.
I would love to see him in
WWE. Yeah.
Fuck working at that company. WWE, everybody believes, oh, it's the company you want to work for. It's the big one. It's like, if you have enough money, I'll give an example. Finn Balor, Prince Devitt, absolutely has the ability to just walk out of that company.
He should.
Yeah.
AEW would take him.
The only reason he did that, by the way, was because they offered him a deal in NXT for main roster money. That's the only reason why he hasn't left yet.
And that's
so he could have creative freedom. So you're telling me that you can, if you go to NXT, you can have creative freedom and we'll let you stay and we'll give you the pay that you were making. So basically what you're saying is you don't want to work on Raw and SmackDown. So just send him over to NXT. And they tried to do the same thing with Matt Hardy. And he was like, no, fuck that. I'm not doing that. And now the Revival did the same thing. And I guarantee you they offered them an NXT deal. And they were like, no.
Now they're gone.
And that was another thing, too. I can't wait to see them in AEW, but I digress. My main point of this, and I think we're pretty much on an hour on this, but this is going to be a long topic anyway. The fact that WrestleMania happened around this time at all is fucking disgraceful to the wrestlers, to the fans that paid tickets at all, that wanted to go there, that paid hotel accommodations. It was shitty all around for health-wise and like even financial-wise for everyone involved, for the fans, for the wrestlers, importantly. This was fucking shit. This was an absolute shit show, and it never should have went on the way it did. You had June. You could have postponed it. Vince didn't want to because he wanted this insurance money, and that's all he gives a fuck about at the end of the day. And anybody that wants to tell me he fucking cares, you can get the fuck off my channel now. Because I will not fucking believe you. Go ahead and dislike the fucking video and see if I give a shit. I don't care. If that's truly what you think, if you truly think Vince McMahon cares, looking at you, Chris Dodd, looking at you, if you really think that Vince McMahon cares, dislike the video and tell me how wrong I am in the comments. I most likely won't read it and not give a shit. Because I will not fucking believe it.
Listen, no, as I've said, no athlete should have to work fucking injured, hurt, or with medical problems. I'm sorry. It just shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't be allowed. Like, the Punk shoot situation with how much Vince's ass was ripped open and everybody got to see how much shit is in it because of that? No way. I'm sorry. After all that, it should have been game over. It should have been.
It should have been, yeah.
Thoughts, Nikos, on your end before we wrap this topic up?
I mean, they really should have postponed this. I mean, I see no reason why they had to continue this into April. I mean, they could have just waited until maybe after June, maybe until when this whole thing dies down. But again, money talks. And Vince, the minute he knows that he thinks it's going to sell only because it's a tradition that they have to set up the WrestleMania in April and not push it to any other day, it just disrupts the order that he's built for any of these pay-per-views. And with WrestleMania being hallmarked only in April, and he needs to push it to April, he can't postpone to any other day. It just shows he only cares about the money. He does not care about the fans, nor the welfare of his employees.
Financially or health-wise.
And all the employees who work under that man, dude, look in the mirror and decide, is this worth it? Frankly, it's not. If it concerns your health, it's not. Leave if you have to.
If I was there, dude, if I can understand from the perspective of being the athlete, it's like, dude, I just got to make the money, okay? I just got to keep doing what I'm doing and make the money, and not worry about shit later. I'll worry about all that shit later when I'm dead. But the problem does come in when you got to put it in the perspective of being the person that works the WWE shift.
Like, these athletes should be treated as slaves for this man. They should have the freedom to do what they want and where they go for it.
And James, you had the statistics on this a while ago, and I don't know if you still have them now.
What?
How often does a wrestler's fucking life get destroyed because of the fact that they can't get time off?
Oh my god. Fucking ridiculous. I mean, granted, WWE is somewhat lessened their schedule because of the brand split, but it's not even enough.
It's still the fact that, let's put it like this. Let's say you're your John Cena, right? You're John Cena before they did the brand split and did all the brand split stuff. You're flying from stadium, hotel, staying in the hotel for a couple days, back on plane, flying to the next hotel, and you're doing that for 52 weeks a year between two shows.
Right. Yeah.
Fuck that, I would have quit. I would have quit day one. I would have been like, I'm not doing this anymore. Unless the money I'm making is like my eyeballs could explode out of my brain. That's how much it is.
Well, the problem is it was until this year.
Uh-huh.
And this year, like, I guarantee you the WrestleMania pay is going to be significantly less than it was last year because there's not merch. There's no merch to be sold. There's no audience ticket sales, nothing. It's just strictly off of whoever viewed it on the network.
Oh, and
whoever the small pittance of people that still pay on pay-per-view.
By the way, before I completely forget, this is an important one. To the individual that happens to be out there and goes, you guys are kind of talking out of your ass a little bit here. You don't really know everything that's going. Listen, this is a podcast that's made specifically for entertainment primarily. If you have a problem with that, that's fine. But I want to say this because it's important.
Doesn't mean we don't have to worry. Even if we don't know all the situation, that we know enough to know that this event never should have happened.
Agreed. Now, yes. I've been a fan of wrestling since ECW came around way back in the day. James has been a fan of the Fed, and I know Nikos has as well.
Yes.
But the problem does come in when neglect, negligence, and stupidity roll up into one ball, and you get these moronic ideas. Oh, we should host this huge event and get all these people to do what they got to do. And you get to that end result of, why am I doing this every week? Why would I want to do this in front of a crowd that I hate? I mean, look at Ronda right now. She fucking hates working there. She hates WWE fans. And I can understand where she's coming from.
100%.
You're talking about
understand where she's coming from. A lot of people were surprised, but I do.
You're talking about some of the most asinine and ridiculous fucking overreaction to the stupidest little things in the world. I can understand if it was like, I think that this person should have got a title shot.
I want to point this out. I actually shit on Ronda, but the character, because of her breaking kayfabe and all that shit. As
the WWE,
I've always had problems with that. I've always had problems with that. But I've never shit on Ronda. I've been the biggest Ronda supporter since day one. When she first showed up to WWE and when her last show was at Mania 35. Always supported it. Picked the sport up like that. Easily could have continued if she wanted to. But clearly she doesn't, because fucking fans are ridiculous, dude. You are.
I've never seen a face get so much hate like this before. It's ridiculous.
You should have saw Roman Reigns.
Oh, Roman, that's another story.
Roman got fucked. Roman was put in probably the worst, physical location.
He was in between. Fire Roman. They should have fucking asked for Vince to retire, but they cheered Vince and booed Roman. It to this day, a majority of it makes no sense. WWE fans make no fucking sense. They're not consistent. There are a lot of them. I'm not saying all of them. So anybody that wants to run down or other shows that I've done, do not take what I'm saying like I'm a personal attack at you. I'm not at all. What I'm saying is most wrestling fans or most WWE fans are ridiculous and they're never consistent with their arguments.
Agreed.
All-star. And that's basically what Ronda's saying. So she's like, why should I fucking give a fuck when I know that I could be a better mom and be appreciated for those efforts instead of not appreciated for, at fucking in front of ungrateful fans. And a lot of them are ungrateful.
Listen, this is like the thing that you and I used to talk about all the time, James. And this is the big one. Mm-hmm. Unless you can physically do the actions that wrestler can do in the ring, you have no right to bitch, moan, and complain.
Creative, different story.
Creative, absolutely. But when an athlete gets in the ring and is playing a character, you can't get pissed off at them for the fact of, hey, they're not doing super well. I don't like where this is going. They don't have a fun move set. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, and for the record, that's not to say wrestlers cannot be subjective to criticism. Rollins should be shit on for shit he said, but never for what he does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, the guy tries, that's all you can do, right? And you gotta respect that at the end of the day. But as far as defending WWE creative when they're absolutely dog shit, and, I understand where Ronda's coming from. I really do. It's like they took their anger out on the wrong fucking people. She did the same thing with fucking UFC fans. She feels the same fucking way here, by the way. And a lot of people are like, oh, she can't take criticism. No, it's because you're directing your fucking criticism to the wrong people. She had the same fucking reaction when her fucking trainer, her fucking idiot trainer, said, bigged her up and is like, oh, she's one of the greatest boxer, even though there was clear holes in her knockout game. It was the same with Mike Tyson. He wasn't a fucking technical fighter, but he just had ridiculous punching power. It was the same with Ronda Rousey.
Except here's the major difference between, and I'll discuss that really quick. Here's the difference between Ronda Rousey in the ring and Tyson in the ring. Tyson, you could never get a hand on if you were anybody but Holyfield.
Right.
Yeah.
Name one fucking person that could get a glove on Tyson. It's very rare. It's rarer than having fucking rain happen in Africa. It is fucking ridiculous.
But there's a lot of but it's not boxing, and that's the thing.
It's not boxing. It's completely
not boxing.
different.
That's why Holly Holm knocked Ronda out, because she was bigged up by her idiot fucking trainer, who, by the way, should have been blackballed for years. That's just one of the idiot things that he's done when he was in the UFC. This guy never should have trained again, ever. Like, he should have been blackballed immediately after that. Like, her strength, and she knew her strength. She played up that strength to fucking, what was this, a Sumbo, right? Or what was it? What was the fucking thing? Fuck, I don't remember.
Sambo.
Is it Sumbo? Sambo.
She's a Sambo expert.
Sambo champion. She was a fucking Olympian for that. So that was her strength. And she used that in WWE. She used a lot of Sambo shit. Barely used her striking prowess because she knew that wasn't what I had. You know what I mean?
How many fucking Ronda Rousey fights end in submission specifically? A lot of them. A whole fucking shitload of them. She's a submissions expert. And I respect that because it is a hard thing.
Yes.
It is a fucking hard game to play. To be a very good submissions expert.
I guess the point of this is not all fans are ungrateful. I'm grateful for
But the ones that are need to really fuck off.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can understand if you're pissed off because it's like the company's doing bullshit. This is complete horse shit. But the athletes do not deserve the amount of criticism that they're getting week in, week out because you're upset because you're sitting on the couch at 4 o'clock in the morning watching fucking wrestling and you haven't been able to move your toes in 4.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Get on a treadmill. It's not that hard. If I can do an hour and a half of yard work and I feel okay, then you can get on a treadmill and stop bitching about the world and saying that everybody's against you. For fuck's sake.
It was dumb. At the end of the day, anybody that was there at WrestleMania and wrestled, while I didn't agree with the creative and I don't agree with the event happening at all, I appreciate the fact that you guys even showed up at all to try to.
I would have left.
So
I would have fucking left if you told me that, hey Mike, you got a boxing match coming up this week. You're going to be going up against this guy. I would have been like, fuck that. Nope, not happening.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Just
I'm not
leave.
doing it. I would have quit. I would have said, go fuck yourself. We're no longer friends. Game over. I'm done.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I don't run your life. So at the end of the day, we're going to stop talking about this. Thank you to all the wrestlers that still wrestled when they really didn't have to.
You tried putting on a show, but it was just...
It was a wrong time for this.
It was a wrong time. And it's not your
fault. I
fault.
hope you guys are serious about the strike, man. Go for it. I fully support it. I fully support it. That being said, let's talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Let's talk about probably the prettiest game to be on the PS4 ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my God, this game looks fantastic. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to be, well, the Last of Us is coming out soon. That's fine. I get it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Last of Us 2, big game. Everybody wants that one. That's fine. That's fair. Right. But when it comes to visual representation of what we've seen and what I've been able to take a look at and play a little bit of, this game, when it comes to narrative, character, and focus, majorly focus, is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it's amazing.
It is polished.
Dude, I want to play this game, and I'm not even an avid player. This looks fucking fantastic.
It's beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally in the world. You're getting to see Midgard for the first time that isn't a painting. I mean, the original FF7 is all paintings. All the fucking backgrounds are all actual like paintings. And then what they would do is they would put 3D models in them, specifically character models, and that's how the whole game was.
Here's
now you get to physically explore these locations. The slums, for fuck's sake, look like a shithole. Look like a place I wouldn't want to live.
Yeah, like they made it like real life in a way, in that fantasy realm.
They made it look like they made it look as realistic as at the time that they could. And
you know what the thing about it as well, because you know the gameplay is going to be great because they never stray away. They never stray away.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
it is a fucking it is a third person action game.
Yeah, like because they never stray away from that. They've changed a few things here and there, but they only do it to improve the game. They never do it to deprove the game. Final Fantasy does it right. Generally,
it's probably Game of the Year worthy.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be Game of the Decade. You're talking about.
You're probably not wrong.
Dude, this game was worked on in 2015. This game was already started in 2015.
Dude, Cloud looks fucking great, by the way.
He looks amazing.
Cloud looks fucking fantastic.
He's the main character. He should.
Like, they did Cloud. They did my boy right. They did my boy right. Like, he looks fucking fantastic.
Exactly. And here's the one thing that I do want to like get a little bit into is some of the technical stuff that is with it. None of the backgrounds that you see are backgrounds. They're not 3D assets. None of them. Do you know what they all are? They're the skybox.
They're what?
So Nikos knows a little bit of what I'm talking about. When you get to the slums, which is about chapter 3 of the game,
right?
The platform, the upper dish that's above your head, and I'll put my arms down here so that way that people can see what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Is not a fucking 3D asset. It's a goddamn. It's not.
No.
It's not it's not a 3D model. It's the skybox. They figured out a way to turn the skybox into the upper plate of Midgar. So when you're walking around Midgar, specifically in the slums, you're able to see more visually and get more of an idea of where you are in relation. That's why the game looks super fucking cinematic. Is because they were able to do that. And the best part is,
are they the first ones to do that, or
no? They're not the first ones. This technique is not a new. But this technique, the way that they've done it, has, I'm gonna say, rocked the gaming industry a little bit.
Well, yeah, because they
done it in such a way. It's done in such a way, James, where in order to save data, because the PS4 data is what you can do, as much as you can do with it.
Right.
But the fact that they were able to go in and take a console that's pretty old at this point. It's not a brand new console. It's not the next big thing. They were able to go in and fix a lot of shit. They went in and changed so much about how the game's visual representation is. Barrett, mwah. That fucking character is voice acted incredibly. He is one of the best voice actors in the game. You have Wedge, Biggs, Jesse, Barrett, Cloud at the start of the game. Then later on you meet Tifa, and she looks as fantastic as her art is. You get to visit everybody that's in the slums. Red 13 will appear in the game, and Aerith looks as beautiful as she should be.
One of the things when you
Google, her personality is fantastic, by the way. Like, this is movie quality.
Yeah, like this straight up looks like a movie game. One of the first things that you see is Cloud in the city and with the I don't know what the tower is right off the top of my head.
That's the Reactor 1. That's the
Reactor 1. He's right next. Reactor. He's right next to the Reactor Tower.
Yeah,
and
he's right in front of the Mako reactor, and what he's doing is he's infiltrating with Barrett and the Avalanche gang to go in and stop
you look, if you know nothing about it, like I'm a casual Final Fantasy player, you look at this game, and the detail is fucking ridiculous on the city.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Here's the whole thing. You're seeing it from the reactor standpoint. When you get to the first town, and the first town is not what you're thinking. It's not the slums that you get to. No, you actually get to walk around the destroyed upper dish of Midgar after you fucking blew up a Mako reactor. and you get to see what you did, and everybody makes you feel bad for it. Makes you feel fucking terrible of what you've just done. To hammer in the feeling of like you have cars that are on fire, buildings that are on fire, firemen trying to rescue people.
Yeah,
you have shit happening all the time, and and at a certain point of the game, and I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm gonna just put it right now. James, put a time code up for when we get past this.
No spoilers.
This is specifically for you boys.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You get to fucking see Sephiroth for the first time.
Ooh.
And
I'm gonna look up Sephiroth.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna enlarge the screen so you kind of see a little bit more of where I'm coming from. You get to see Nibelheim, which is Cloud's first town, where Cloud was born, where he was raised, in flashbacks from a first-person perspective. And then you get to see Nibelheim get burned to the ground. And you hear Cloud's mother get killed by Sephiroth.
Oh, shit.
And then as soon as the cutscene ends, and it's Cloud fucking facing his demon one-on-one.
Right.
Cutscene ends. Sephiroth didn't exist. He wasn't there. It's all in Cloud's fucking head. Promised Land from Advent Children plays.
Oh.
It's with a very crisp cello.
Jeez.
It gives you that effect of past and future combining into it, because Nibelheim is the promised land for Cloud. Absolutely.
Wow.
Guys, I highly recommend you get this game. Just if
it is so here's where we're gonna come back to. We would recommend as a group, as 3 individuals, 4, including Casey, because he wants to play the shit out of this game, but he has to wait till Wednesday. This fucking game is insane.
It's worth the hardware on your PlayStation.
On top of the fact, James, I want you to look up a name for a summon.
I already have Sephiroth right in front of me.
No, I know, and he looks fantastic.
It's fucking amazing.
But do yourself a favor, look up the first summon that you get in the game, which is Ifrit. The demon.
There it is, right there. Oh, man.
You summon Ifrit in combat. That's what summons do. So you have magics. So here's the whole thing. This is a fucking action game. This is an action game now.
Nice.
This isn't turn-based. You can turn it turn-based if you want. By, using specific in-game stuff to turn a turn-based combat.
Right.
But we're talking about, and I'm going to say this quickly, we're talking about not Devil May Cry style action, but fucking incredible action where every character feels like they have a purpose. Barrett can take out turrets that are mounted on position because of his gun arm. You have Cloud, who is probably one of the best counter characters in the game, who can do fucking parries and continue combos and do a whole bunch of shit. And then Tifa can fucking annihilate a one-on-one opponent by going into cheese stances to increase her combat potential to do more fucking damage over time.
Wow.
She has combo extending moves. We're talking about crescent kick into dragon punch.
Nice.
She's doing air combos with characters. She's doing shoryukens and hurricane kicks. In the fucking air, dude. This character's fantastic. This game's fucking incredible. And
I'd highly recommend getting it. I might actually play it and go to Matt's house when this whole quarantine is all over. To be honest, because I know he's getting
storage.
I know Matt's
on my PlayStation. I definitely would buy this game.
Nikos, there's a playable dart section.
Really?
You get to use a jukebox. There are jukeboxes all over the game.
Wow.
Well, you'll get music. And all the music that you're going to obtain from those jukeboxes are going to be jukebox rock and roll style themes of all the fucking major themes in the game. All redone. So Tifa's theme becomes a hard rock theme when it's in the jukebox.
Nice.
I
like hard rock. You know me. I like hard rock.
And the one thing I have to say you get more of a sense of how much of a badass Cloud, how badass, sure, how much Cloud is trying to be the cool guy in every situation, and it's hilarious. It is fantastic of how often this dude's just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, I'm just.
I feel like they do it right because like a lot of animes and video games, like they'll try to make him look cool but make him cringe, and he's so cringy that you fucking hate him. Like fucking Naruto is.
Well, here's the whole thing. I'm okay with
Naruto's like
that thinks they're cool, but they're super fucking dorky and lame.
Yeah.
Cloud is absolutely super dorky and lame because you know he does all these poses to look like a badass. You know he absolutely
but when it's
does
serious, you know he's serious and he gives a shit.
Oh, absolutely. Now, the one quick thing that I do want to talk about is narrative pacing.
Right.
And I'm watching a playthrough at the moment because I can't afford the game because it's not in my price range at the moment because of everything that's going on.
Right.
Have you ever seen somebody cry on stream during a video game?
No.
I've seen
Actually, yes,
some.
PewDiePie. The PewDiePie comes to mind with Walking Dead.
PewDiePie, Berlizzi.
But I'm saying specifically because of memories. Maximilian's first game on PlayStation was Final Fantasy VII.
Ooh.
That game's about almost 30 years old.
So he was emotional just seeing how.
Dude, he only got to play the demo of Chapter 1 and 2 and 7. So when he gets to Chapter 3, he has to walk away from his play session for a couple minutes.
Wow.
That's some fucking impact for a game. And as I said, if you're not a fan of turn-based combat, that's gone. Turn-based combat, you no longer have to worry about. You have a hot bar for all your Materia's gone both ape shit. Materia's ape shit in this game, dude. We're talking about Cloud can use ice spells, fire spells. He can do more. He has more fucking magic points. He has more health. He can fucking resurrect himself in combat. Ridiculous nonsense. It's so much more shit than what you're used to. Bosses have weak points and weak stages and can actually take damage in isolated locations. Some bosses are weak into fire, ice, maybe electricity. Fucking, I'm playing Devil May Cry in Final Fantasy.
That's nuts.
That's basically it.
That's nuts.
But it's all smart. This gameplay is, as I've said, it's Square Enix polish. And that's what you want for all your games, is Square Enix polish. There's a couple stutter moments, but that's going to happen in any game that's just fucking massive.
Right.
And the first disc is 30 hours. That's a lot of gameplay, my dude.
How many discs there are in total? You said there was 7 or 4?
This thing's going to be huge. I want you to put that in perspective. The original game was 4 discs on PlayStation 1. This might be a 4-disc PlayStation 4 game.
30 hours each.
30 hours each, which means hopefully by the end of it, and I hope they Square, if you watch this podcast and you got to this moment, give us a playable Zack section so we don't have to play Crisis Core ever again. I don't want to play Crisis Core ever again. Give me a playable Zack section. And the flashbacks? Mwah.
Perfect.
Cloud had, again, censor bar really quick.
Yep.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Move to this time code not to get spoiled.
Cloud has a moment where he sees the Ancient Ones from the planet. Aerith is the last of the Ancient Ones from the planet that he's on. Cloud has a physical flashback of memories that he doesn't actually have because he was injected with Genova DNA.
Jesus.
Cloud's a super soldier, my dude. He was injected with alien DNA.
Yo, so that means that Captain America could have a crossover. Yay!
Yeah.
The problem is that Cloud can jump like 40 feet in the air, has the ability to swing a sword that is twice his body length and mass, and oh yeah, I should probably mention the fact that he's able to and later, specifically Advent Children, have a blade that can separate into 7 separate swords that he's able to attack you with to do Omni Slash. Yeah, pussy little faggot with the fucking big star shield is really going to be able to beat the 5'8" super soldier who fights a literal god in space.
Yeah.
A god who puts a hole through Jupiter.
Right.
A hole through the gas planet of Jupiter.
Jesus Christ.
As I've said before, this game is going to be expensive.
It is.
Because Ifrit is already like one of those things that you're like, they could never do this in any other game but this game. This game was definitely.
Well,
like,
this game was hyped out for a long time.
Let me put
5
it like
years.
Let me put it like this, James. Here I'm going to represent this as Square Enix. This is my wallet, by the way. This is what Square did. They fucking put everything into this game. This game is money.
Yeah.
This game is cash fucking money.
Yeah. That's how you do it, EA. Don't fucking
That's how you do it.
bullshit packs.
Microtransactions, DLC, 50 billion fucking nonsense things that nobody cares about. A Nerf football.
Nerf football.
Oh yeah? You think I'm joking about that one? Assassin's Creed Black Flag pre-order bonus. A Nerf football.
Oh no.
With the Assassin's Creed look. Nikos is giving me that look right now of, what?
Are you serious?
Look it up. You have a computer right in front of you. We'll fucking pause the podcast right here. So
There's a Nerf football. Nerf football.
Assassin's Creed Nerf football pre-order pre-order. Just pre-order.
I'm gonna just do that. Why?
Huh?
Oh, it fucking exists.
Yeah, but those were for XP, so that way you can use more stuff in the game. That wasn't
Right.
DLC pre-order bonus.
Why does that exist?
Dude,
Why?
it's the worst DLC ever. It's the worst fucking pre-order bonus in any game. It is a Nerf football with a fucking Assassin's Creed Black Flag logo on it.
That makes no sense.
Fucking Ubisoft, ladies and gentlemen, Nikos is done. Ubisoft, ladies and gentlemen, the worst company ever made when it comes to shit like this.
It doesn't make sense. It's not even. What do fucking Assassin's Creed and football have to do with each other?
Stabbing your opponent because he got Superman.
What the hell is that?
That's what I said.
I just saw one that was on sale for $12. Said limited mint condition, sealed in a plastic bag.
Hey, guess what I can do? I can go buy a Nerf football for $4, spray paint the fucking thing black, and just put a sticker of the logo on it.
Exactly.
You could dude, you could do fucking hydro dripping and it would look better than that.
It probably would.
You want the worst pre-order bonus ever made?
Alright, go.
Condoms.
Nah, you're shitting me.
I'm trying to guess the
I gotta
game.
see this. What game has a fucking condom?
Look up video game pre-order bonus condom. Because I know it's Infamous 3.
Infamous 3?
Infamous 3.
Oh my god. Yeah, 9 pre-order and special edition bonuses with explaining to do, and the first fucking image on this video from Eurogamer is the infamous second son
condom.
Oh my god.
It is a condom. That is from Infamous Second Son.
Why?
Ladies and gentlemen,
so...
disgusting. That is literally disgusting.
Well,
let me ask you a question. What if you're a woman and you bought the game?
I'm sorry.
I guess birth control. Fuck it. They did a condom. I guess birth control is.
Everybody getting
I mean,
birth
well,
control
dude,
up in
what
here.
the Why?
What happens when you have birth control and a man gets it, and then a condom, the woman gets it? What are they? All right. Do you got the same game? I got the condom. Well, I got the birth control. Want to switch off?
Let's make a baby. We're gonna make the second son.
You stole my joke.
I didn't steal it. I just had the foresight to know where you were going with it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Let's see.
Dead Island
gave you a zombie female torso with tits.
Oh no! Wait.
So a sex doll.
Wait, just the torso? Hold on.
Just a torso. It's just a zombie fucking torso.
What is the game?
Dead
Island.
Dead Island. Statue. I'm just gonna run this with tits. There we go.
Let's see. Give you his head.
Let's see if we can. Let's see what happens here.
It's a bust of his head.
Oh my god! Why did she have a fucking British bikini?
Censorship.
Hey, do you remember when the trailer to Dead Island came out, Nikos? That's something that we can touch upon is mismarketing. The trailer for Dead Island was super emotional.
It was emotional. That I can agree with.
It was a good trailer. It's one of those things that you're like, oh my fucking god, this is fantastic. I want to play the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Dead Island Riptide, and I guess it's a character, and she's covered in blood and has a bikini on. Why?
James,
get it?
I didn't ask that question. I just said, that's fucking like even I can't believe.
Oh my god, no! It's even worse. They did one of her ass.
Yep.
So basically, the pre-order bonus was a sex doll.
Yes.
Oh,
get
dude,
ass and tits.
Yo! Somebody did a meme where the fucking hold on. I'll share my screen real quick. Look at this fucking meme. They did one of a T-bone steak. I don't think that's real, but
no, but it would have made more sense. Here's the problem with video game pre-order bonuses, DLC, all that shit.
Yeah.
And it's a simple one, and it's such a simple concept.
Right.
Marketing towards an audience, make it something cool. FF7 did has Cloud on the bike with the Buster Sword. It looks awesome. It's a cool pre-order bonus. Hell, even MBCI has 4 statuettes and the Infinity Stones as a pre-order bonus. And it made sense because it's the game.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck me, that's the dumbest thing to ever. You get a Nerf football, tits and an ass, and a condom.
Yeah, pretty
so
bad.
What you're telling me is, I cut a hole in the Nerf football, put the condom on, fuck the Nerf football while I'm looking at my Dead Island tits and ass.
I don't get it.
Fantastic.
All right, anyway.
Or they just wanted you to create a girlfriend using tits and ass, a football, and a condom.
I could do that in fucking roleplay. I don't need the game for that.
Listen, here's what you do. You cut a penis shape in an orange, then you throw the orange out and put some roofies in a glass.
Dude, this is so bad. Okay, anyway, that's beside the point. Fuck it. You know what? I think we're just going to end it here and collect our brain cells here.
Let's take a commercial break.
We're at a commercial.
We're at a commercial. We'll be right back. And when we come back, we're actually going to talk about the Poppin Challenge. Then we're going to talk about one more wrestling topic and one more gaming topic. And that will be when we come back. So, yeah, don't go anywhere or skip ahead like most of you probably will anyway. So, there you go.
You probably will.
End the recording so we can put it in 2 parts.
A table from hell with the Psycho Asylum. An Iron Man match of factorial proportions. Man
In this fight, I will melt you down to slag.
versus machine.
I calculate a 0.85% chance that you will win in your current condition.
Full Metal Mayhem. Colleen Horizon.
When you throw me into the wolves, I will return leading the pack.
Vera McGarden.
And I'll do anything to be the warrior on top.
For the Athena title. Best friends turned bitter rivals. Johnny Starr.
Don't get in the way of the star or you'll get burned.
James, the Archangel.
I'm the real star of this brand.
For the international title. The Outsider, Mark Young. The Executioner, Michael X. For the WYW World Heavyweight title. 2 out of 3 fall.
Inside.
In a hell in a cell. WYW Immortal. Now available on YouTube.
And we're back. We're going to have a little bonus topic here. This is pre-order bonus is the best. We talked about the worst already. And off air, we found that not only were those condoms that we were talking about condoms, but they were glow in the dark. Can't get any worse than that. So now we're going on to best pre-order bonuses. And
my penis glows like my penis glows like a lightsaber.
Smooth brain. I got radioactive cock. Anyway, so my first one, I'll just go. So I'm a wrestling game nerd as well. Yep. When you're a wrestling nerd, you're a wrestling game nerd. I always thought that the best pre-order bonus, it's a toss-up between 13's pre-order bonus and 14's, because 14's had the Ultimate Warrior packs. And I thought, and that included like a bunch of moves that you and I, Mike, use to this day, and that's why we really haven't switched consoles, really. Yep. And it's just fucking great. A lot of the moves that they added in that were great, and they also had Ultimate Warrior, and they had the whole NWO, and all this other pre-order bonuses that you could get. But yeah, I think that's probably the best pre-order bonus, because you got like a bunch of moves with it as well, on top of the Ultimate Warrior, so... Yeah, that's why I probably lean towards WWE 2K14s over WWE 13. I thought that was like a pre... like, if it's me, I'd buy that.
Understandable.
Nikos, you're next.
So for me, my favorite game for the past 2 years was the 2018 God of War. And I just by looking at the collector's edition of the game, they would give you some pretty amazing stuff. Like, there's specifically 5 pre-order bonuses, and aside from that, there's the digital content. But for the pre-order bonuses, there was a 9-inch Kratos and Atreus statue by Gentle Giants. Shout out to him. A steelbook case, including the God of War PS4 game, and the case, it's literally just a black case, but it's like I think a symbol of 2 serpents meeting each other. I can't identify the symbol yet, but I will eventually in my later time. 2 Huldra Brothers carvings, which is like the 2 dwarf brothers from the games. There's like little miniature carvings or little statuettes of them. Yep. An exclusive lithograph, which is basically like a print, and from where I'm looking at, it looks amazing. Like, I think it's when Kratos and Atreus are fighting the dead on the mountain, I think. And finally, there's
inside of hell.
Not inside hell. I think it's when they're fighting in the map where they encounter the dead giants.
I see what you're talking about. Give me right.
And the final pre-order bonus was the cloth map. I'm guessing that's a thing. Cloth map.
Yeah, it's Skyrim did one too.
Yeah,
a cloth map is just to kind of give you like the texture of what it would have felt like to have like a piece of parchment with all the map on it, even though they should use parchment.
I forgot to add. I forgot to mention my pre-order bonuses. There was actually more. I was able to look up more.
You forgot about the Undertaker pre-order.
Yeah. No, that I was just about to talk about that. So. I'll be real brief with this. There's actually a couple things, actually. It wasn't just... so apparently it was a bunch of stuff. So the first pre-order bonus is Ultimate Warrior, obviously. I mentioned that. The second one is the Undertaker coffin that you can get with it, along with, I think, a CD. I think. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it gives you every single song that's in the game.
Right. Every single song in the game you can play. There's also you can get American Badass Taker along with the Ultimate Warrior. You also have a custom skin for your controller, and an autograph WWE 2K14 Undertaker poster, signed by Mark Calloway himself.
Which is pretty sick.
Fucking awesome.
That is indeed.
And then on top of that, if you actually care, I actually like the guy. You actually have also a chance to meet a wrestler in Ryback on top of that. So you got a lot with this pre-order bonus, actually. I'll give them that. They really loaded the pre-order bonus up with this.
Agreed.
And Yeah, so cool. That's really, 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 really loaded there. I would totally buy it, especially at that age. I would totally buy it. And I know this is going to be hilarious when you find out the slogan for their pre-order bonus. WWE 2K14's slogan was "Become Immortal." Oh my god! Fuck's sake, man. Well, I think we took what you said literally there, 2K. Anyway. Okay.
I guess it's on to me.
Yeah, it's you.
Yep, go ahead.
All right, so you boys know I'm a huge Star Wars nerd.
Yep.
Facts.
Big facts.
Yeah, big, super gigantic, mega facts. The Old Republic, which is MMORPG, Star Wars, Old Republic time period, pretty radical, gives you exclusive Gentle Giant, which is the company that makes it, Darth Malgus statue, who was the primary villain of the game.
Oh, yeah.
You get the game disc in a metal case, which is awesome, because it's way better than having the plastic ones. You get the journals from Stella Shawn's master with her annotations in it, which is pretty sick if you're a lore nut. You get the Old Republic galaxy map. You literally get a map of the entire Star Wars galaxy. You get a custom security key, which is a flash drive to hold specific files and shit on. You get all the music from the game. You get a high-quality box. And then you get 7 in-game items, such as the flare gun, a training droid, the Holo Dancer, Holo Cam, the STAP, which is a type of vehicle that's in the game, a little mouse droid that can follow you around, and specifically a exclusive in-game item from vendors.
Ooh.
Specifically sold by vendors for vendors.
Not bad.
It's a good pack. I don't play the game anymore because I've gotten to that point where it's like, what's the fucking point to play it?
Right.
It takes a lot. You're asking to do a lot.
Right, obviously.
And
well, there you go.
It's a good pack. I think if you're a Star Wars fan,
that's cool.
It's a cool thing. Would I like them to do it more with other things? Absolutely. I would love to get a replica of a lightsaber in one of these packs. It'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. So so now you know what kind of nerds we all are in this community of nerdom, the Indie Force. So we're gonna move on from wrestling and video games and all that jazz to we're gonna move on to music. So we got a challenge that's been going on. If you pay attention to YouTube at all, there's a thing called the Poppin Challenge. Now, normally I wouldn't pay attention to these challenges, but this one's actually really cool. So KSI, aka JJ, started the Poppin Challenge. So the person with the best verse, or 3 people with the best verse, get $1,500, and the winner of it, of the contest, will get to be featured in KSI's song in the deluxe album for Poppin. So this is basically him saying Little Pump's verse was trash and shouldn't have happened. So that's basically his way of saying that. So we have 13.
Little Pump penis.
Yeah, so we have 13 people to choose from. So I'm going to go over one by one. KSI was actually nice enough to put all the people's videos in order, so we can actually listen to their verses from here. So we all ready for this? Actually, before I do, let me stop the...
So James, are you going to be quoting Friends Are There to Help You from Ed and Eddie? Because second verse is same as the first.
Haha, no. No, definitely not. I'm not even entering the challenge. Fuck that. Nah, I'd be smoked compared to all these other guys. All right, so the first one is Dizzy 8. So we're gonna listen to his verse and we're gonna see how it is.
All right.
There we go.
Do we give it a score? No.
Well, first off, I need to fucking. I don't know what's going on with my volume, but that's kind of shit.
There you go.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a score. We'll give it a score after we hear each verse.
All right, so just to let that be known, yeah, we're definitely going to do this comparisons to other musicians that are out there. So
yeah,
be prepared.
I see you got a bubble, I pop it. I move with a stick like bop it. I ain't never stressed over chicks got options. Your girl says she wanna marry me like Poppins. I've been too focused, locked in. I'm a bitch you never seen, Loch Ness. KSI said he did a 616, let the 16 ring on any rapper in my op. A lot of you people are fake. People are not what you think. Me, I just keep it 100. I do that so no restraint. Haters been sending shots my way, but all you been shooting is blanks. Last I checked, you were checking for me. I'm busy putting checks in the bank. Young black man with a dream like Martin. They see they don't win a now I'm talking. When I move, I proceed with caution. I was trying to plot when I'm off them. I don't go out too often. In the stoop, putting beats in the coffin. I don't ever take days off, even on days off in the loft, be the office. I cannot lie when I think on my mind. It's about to blow up. Gotta go and get mine, cause it's been a long time that I've been on my grind. If it's not about business, then get off my line. I'm so fly that I bumped 21 with the pilot. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Got smoke for anyone who really wanna pop it. I get it poppin'.
Yeah, that was good. I like that. I like that. Give it a 5. I give it like a 6.5.
I couldn't understand half the words that he was saying.
Neither could I. I give it like a 5.
It's good.
I caught some of them. The Dreamlike Martin.
It's good, but the problem comes in where it's this. It's a lot of this instead of
it's a lot of it's flow. I feel like I get what you're saying. It's more flow heavy than it is like actually
lyrically structured.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, fair enough. We're gonna move on to Big Boy Crypt with his verse. So we're gonna just go to the full screen on that. He's definitely one of the best ones here. So I'm gonna just skip right to his verse.
Doing and put up a song and yeah, bitch, I took off like a rocket. I spent it on watches.
So this is the chorus.
I got
Let
the
the
sauce so they
chorus
watch
run.
it. I got 2 glasses, get both color beams. Yeah, bitch, you know how I'm rocking.
Yo, P-O-P-P-I-N, popping up tops with the style I rhyme it. That stars and noggins, stars are dropping, Norman, all but your girl is slobbing. Double entendres, I'm full of them, and right off the top like JJ's twin. I'm at Lion's Den with some tigers in the feet to them like Carol Baskin did, but I'm not your average Joe. My flow's exotic and hot and stopping. I get this, why my streams do steam a lot. I'm popping, they down the hammer, man. Onto the teeth, like I'm rushing with baking soda. What I spit is so clean. They call me corny cause they know I'm popping. I'm serving to them and they'll eat it up. Bread and bucket, just throw on your salt and promise it'll make it sweet as fuck. I'm dropping hits after hits after hits like a slugger. Getting clicks, but I'm crypt, here's another. Popping motherfucker rapping is my bread and butter, snagging and screaming his cheese every single time that I utter. Bitch, I'm popping like a collar when I walk the parlor. You got a problem? The revolver solves it all involved. Fought it off and then move on to the next topic. I'm not just so sick. Coughing, get a cough drop before I drop you in the coffin. If you thinking that I didn't kill this ass nonsense, guess I gotta spell it out, then I'm popping. Mentally positioning myself at the pinnacle with the spit that I prevail. I've never tip with obvious and overwhelmed. It's obvious this is over your head, but I catch it like a pill. It's a trick of penmanship, I pick my dose of winning shit. Need to play a pencil and don't you pick up a pen and picking up all these people that pity cause all of them people planning how I'm winning. You just pissing in the wind, inciting all of this violence as I'm innocent as in. I think fire inside is where this innocence ends. No good, no fart, no name, so with a notepad that has no wordplay. I'm blessed with skill, but still some people have a hard time admitting. But going with this verse and you still trying to figure out what I spelled in the beginning. It's crap.
Money be dripping out water, top it one and I get it.
Oh man.
I give that a 7.
Oh, you give it a 7? I don't know, man. I really enjoyed that. For me, that's an 8. That's an 8. That was fucking dope.
It's so fucking cringy, but it's an 8. It's good. It's got a good lyric. It's got a good flow to it. At least he put fucking subtitles in. So
I
read it.
His flow kind of reminded me of oh god.
All right, you know what?
I remember that one dude.
Here. You know what? In fairness, I think some people don't exactly think about that, but I'm pretty sure Dizzy 8 may have had his lyrics. No, he didn't. Okay, fucking. No.
So maybe he gets I hate to say it, but he's going to get minus a point. He goes down to 4. You should always put lyrics in your rap videos. Just so that way, in case if somebody's like, I can't understand every single bit and piece that's in there.
Yeah, right.
So give me the lyricals. Give me at least the lyrics so I'm able to follow what you're trying to say. And that way the meaning doesn't disappear.
Yeah, understandable. All right, let's...
It's a simple thing. It's really not that fucking hard to put lyrics in the video.
No, I agree.
Or even in the description, just put lyrics in. It's not
next next up is Gatsby 7 Music. His verse was pretty fire too.
Wait, quick thing. This beat, trash.
Do you know what this beat reminds me of? The Crash theme from San Andreas.
Yeah, I can see it. Well, here's the thing. I'm not,
dude.
The beat is all right. The beat's all right, but it depends. Because I think the whole idea is that it was supposed to be a turn-up song as opposed to.
I understand, but the beat's fucking trash.
Fair enough.
The beat's pretty.
I'm not the one that picked the beat. KSI was.
It's the equivalent of me doing literally this as one of the sound effects. Then your beat's trash.
Yeah, I feel that. All right. Here's Gatsby. Gatsby was fucking dope.
There you go. What's poppin' challenge? My name's Gatsby. Shut KSI.
So
first off, why is he hiding in the attic? Is he trying to find Helen Keller, or is he trying to find Anne Frank?
Shut up, man. I don't know. This guy's dope though. The minute I first took a look at him, I'm like, this guy entered, and then he fucking went off.
Because that's what you're supposed to do.
Let's get it poppin'. Well, you know, running this down like that. Come up for the crown like that. Came from the mud and the ground, I guess. Better be better than every half-ass cap. Back in my backpack in the back cave. Looking back on a lap half of the campaign. A lap is some action in the fast lane. And I never been one for the break. Whoa. Getting my J's on. Second in charge, I'm feeling like Pippin. Get on my way, y'all. Raising the bar with bars, you trippin'. Finna get paid, y'all. Gucci and Prada don't really excite me. Give me your bag with some Nikes. Give me a mic and I beat it on mighty. Go. Y'all second make dough. I'ma turn that shit to toast. Wait on your head first. In a wave, so when it'll bump. I'm diving in head first. Line of my class, a penny for thought. I think you rolling in sauce. Give me a break, I'm feeling like Ross. Whoa. Y'all wanna pass me over, hack it, go and half your clothes, can't even hack it though. Had like y'all this fashion show. Things to you as Moses Jones. Taking a sip of the stick, picking a little fit. Who really winning? I'll reiterate, I did it. Got this, fit the stick, but here, take a stick, first rhythms, and you really did it.
Killed it. Oh, he killed it. Oh, that was fucking awesome.
He gets an 8. Nikos, you gave him an 8. I'm giving that motherfucker a 9. He at least made it fun.
Man, that was
he took a video and he made it fun.
Yeah, he made that.
Let me move over just a little bit so that way I'm centered into the actual shot.
His lyrics too were fucking great. I that was fire. That was a fire verse. All right, next up we got. Okay, so this kid's fucking young. But this kid,
so why don't we go up to 5 and then we'll stop? We'll go up to 5 and then we'll end.
There's
too many. There's a shit ton of them.
13, but we'll
stop.
I want to go through the best and because of what I think is the best. So there's gonna be a lot of guys left off here.
Also, stop using the word "little" in your little rap thing because it's the most annoying thing you could ever do.
It is.
My name is Little Greasy. I'm here to be good, greasy.
Well, at least it made sense for this kid because he's actually a kid, though. So I'll give him credit.
Yeah, so this kid's not Shorty Leo.
So this dude had fucking schemes for days. His flow kept changing. It was fucking nuts. So here we go.
Yeah, money. Boy, come and poke at the beast. Oh my gosh, I'm lost, no time for the beef. Wanna go gold or more for my keys? Hey bro, sit down, you're struggling to breathe, that's facts. New Mercedes going crazy with my dogs like little baby moving bougie. Life's a movie, hold on bro, these lines are cold and I switch it up for sure G. Wavy, stop moving shady, crazy flavor, pagey, cakey, boss like sugar, but no debating, instigating, procrastination. Let's story, huh? Open up, you're old, I'm cold, close up, on the shelf, right or left, they live happily ever after, and yes, that's the end. I came in the game from the front to the back to the top, and now never flop. They wait till I drop till I flop, but I pop like pop rocks, I'm hot, oh my gosh, stop. Leo, drop the music, stop teasing, slow down, I'ma take it easy, please. Wait, what? Wait. Leo acting all cheeky, don't come around with the folks out. Don't come around me, G, pleasing. Hating, now you wanna be sneaky, I'm just sitting here creasing. Yeah, I'm just sitting creasing.
It's pretty much just
so Big Shaq had a son.
Yeah, right. I liked it though. For a kid that fucking young to be that talented, he's gonna go far.
Yeah, you know what's upsetting?
What?
It's better than KSI.
Yeah.
It's better.
A lot of people say that. A lot of people.
It's better. It's literally better. You can understand what he's fucking saying.
Well, he's getting. In fairness, JJ's gotten better. JJ has gotten better at
listen.
Enunciation.
He gets better. The Brooklyn Bridge gets longer. Okay.
Well, okay.
I'm just fucking saying.
Wait, was alright. I'm not gonna go over his. Bargiano official was. I don't know why he picked him. That was a bad choice. V6 was okay, but I wasn't really. This guy was all off the beat again. Don't know why he picked him. This guy was fucking great only because of what he did. So we're gonna watch his video. His video is basically like one of those.
What the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah,
it's like one of those mad shoes commercials.
Fire. Yeah, you'll see. Now, this video is ridiculous because he edited the video. He did his lyrics and just did everything with this. He did, even JJ said he did the fucking most with this, and that's why he got the gold star.
I gotta hop in. Y'all gotta let me know option. I already know that I'm popping. I go to this topic. Hold on, now stop it. Hello. She roll on me like a cello. I hit her with the I'm Donatello. Think I'ma need an umbrella like hello. Raindrop. Wait. T-5 in the take. No sleep, I grind, no days, never doze off. Look, I gotta stay. I got fire on my brain. Oh, that's what it got my mind like Nate. I don't get tired, but y'all are tired. It's time to retire. You laid off. Freeze! 20 degrees. Get on your knees. You in front of a king. Time I need KSI perk. We ain't hot, that ain't what I heard. Had a dream to make it all work. Now I got money stains on my shirt. From thumbing through the racks, turn up to the money view the facts, I've been popping. All you do is capping them stupid racks, man. You super whack. I'm Dwayne Johnson. Snipe down. Leg headlock, tap in the chat now, never back down. I called up your chick, blow her back out. Right off the bat, gotta act out. Told me that I'm handsome and she digging my rap style. As a matter of fact, I'ma go run it back. Yeah, I gotta hop in.
And it fucking
kinda let me know option.
It fucking looped. Like he made this thing loop somehow. So
now, here's the thing with this. I'm gonna give it a 9. It's a good 9.
Same. I'm giving
Solid
you
9.
Yeah, 9.
But it is upsetting that this singular individual was able to animate, do, and put everything in there to make it flow with his lyrical structure, and the man hosting the competition can't even do that.
Yeah, very true. That's very true.
Do you know what it kind of reminds me of? If anyone remembers the Everybody Hates Chris intro, it's kind of similar.
Yeah, very true. I like this dude mainly because of he included pretty much all the nerd-isms that you could think of. Like that was insane.
Here's the whole thing. He made an entertaining video.
He really.
I'm just
made an entertaining video.
It's absolutely true. He made an entertaining video.
Dude, even if you just listen to the lyrics, though, his lyrics were very fucking good.
Yes, they are.
Good flow.
Good flow, good fucking enunciation, everything. Okay, we're literally listening to him.
King Bach.
Yeah, King Bach. I don't know why he picked him. We're just gonna listen because
I've heard this dude before,
it's bad. I'm sorry. I love you, King Batch, but this was trash, and you never should have picked him. I swear, JJ only picked him because he's friends with him.
Listen.
I get it poppin'. Fucking a bitch after fucking her mama. One on the bed, got 2 in the sauna. Hit them both, and one look like Madonna. Yeah. If you with me, then the legs up. Fuck a bitch like a wrestler. Beat her till we messed up. School. I don't mean to flex. 50 on a jet. Gucci down on fresh. I just blew a check. There's no cap, no lie. She just wanted to say, I just blow it's fine. From the 6, pop my shit. Know we run this thing. 3 hoes, yeah. Keep that pussy quarantine. I don't call but this no Billie Jean. I just made 100 G's just for being me. Money be dripping like.
Nope. That is a low 3.
Yo, what you talking about? That shit was fresh.
No, shit.
I don't know what you mean, dog. That shit was fresh.
Next up is 100 Kufi. Because
that shit was just terrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was. And the fact that it was made on a TikTok, no.
That's the last guy.
I do it on TikTok because there's no Vine. I have the motherfucking time. Yeah, good for you, bud.
So next one that I'm gonna pick out of all the people that I enjoyed.
100 cuffs or 100 cuffs?
No,
100
Kufi. 100 Kufi.
Oh, that's fine.
That's just silent. But this guy.
That's silent. It's at the end. It's Kufis.
Yeah, but it's dude. You know how English is. It's fucking stupid.
He's 100 coffees then.
It's
100 coffees, and if he has an upset,
it's either 100 Kufi or Kufis. But
what a fucking ski mask?
No,
it's a hat.
No, it's a hat. Okay, so this is him doing it. He's friends with No Life Shaq. If you know who No Life Shaq is, he's pretty dope. So this is him doing his pop.
I'll be I'm dropping in my wrist.
Oh, one key thing, he disses Lil Pump in this, and he still got picked. I fucking love that.
That should be. And they know I keep popping. That's how the mumble rappers be, right? Bitch, I'm popping. Fuck them niggas, man. Bitch, I long strokes. I ain't never did low pumps in high heels, say Jimmy Choo. Take off them low pumps. Low man lift low weight, now low man feel low pump. Run up on him with a Mossberg, sawed off, low pump. I'm waiting to diss a nigga. Old boy say this the nigga, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I been about it, I gets a nigga. Out of here like an umpire. Empire say Lucius. No lying on him, I fire on him. My mindset been ruthless. Ride around with the titties out, there's no top is ruthless. You ain't know the name by now with 100 Koofy, not Koofus. Lord man, you stupid if talking out of your mouth wrong. The rap game don't need y'all like a homeless man with a house phone. Y'all trying to be nice to y'all, give a little bit of advice to y'all. Now I'm going on a killing spree, anything with a mic involved. Just be clear, just to be fair. Anybody feel frog? 2020, leap year, nigga I'm poppin'. Fuck a hook, jabs at him. Talk money, throw it back at him. They throw shots, throw it back at him. I don't care about going platinum, I don't care about going gold. One thing niggas say about me, my soul never been sold. Yeah, I'm 40 years old, still I'll rap these niggas. I still might smack about half these whack ass. Get your ass in the backseat, nigga. I'll run shit like a track meet, never been an athlete. Still can't pass me, nigga. I'll run shit like a track meet, never been an athlete. So don't ask me, nigga. Nigga, I'm poppin'. Fuck a hook, throw uppercuts. Disconnect, it'll fuck him up. These soft niggas better toughen up. I ain't talking about what's the name. I don't care about such and such. I'm just trying to push a nigga button in the desktop hoodie, no button up.
Yeah. By the way, James, he's not from England.
No, I know he's not from England.
You just said he was.
He don't have to be from England.
West Side. All right.
Fair
There's a sign for you.
So yeah, no, I
you got to roll east.
What do we want to give
the video?
I think he was good. I give him a solid 8.
Yeah, I'll give him like a 7. I think it was a good flow. Reminded me a lot of classic. How do I put this? Classic Tupac with a mix of NWA when it comes to
that's why I'm giving it like
lyrical
grades.
placement.
Just probably because of like more of a Tupac type of flow.
I liked his. The best bar in that whole thing, I think, was the 2020 leap year. That was pretty funny. I enjoyed that.
No,
I really wish he said
mumble rappers.
I really wish he said, "Motherfucker, go to Domino's," and then point at the Domino's. That would have been. That would have killed.
Everyone noticed that. That was hilarious. Okay, so out of the few that we listened to, because everyone else is really not worth the time.
No.
Dizzy 8. What do we rate him again? 7.
He was a 7. Well, he was a 5 for me, and Nikos a 7 for you.
Yeah.
All right, so it's like a 6.6. We'll just say 6. Crypt.
Crypt was 7.
We gave him
Gatsby 7. I gave him an 8.
I gave him a 7.
Wait, Gatsby?
Yeah, I gave Gatsby a 7.
I thought you gave him a 9. That was no. Crypt's the one you gave 7, and Gatsby you gave a 4.
No, James, I gave Crypt a 7.
Yeah, you gave Crypt a 7. I think Mike and I gave him an 8. And then
I gave Crypt. I gave an 8. Fucking terrible. Gatsby, I gave him a 9. I gave him a 9.
Fucking his schemes were great
because he was listen. It's one thing to do a video. It's another thing to do a video to entertain. If you're fucking just sitting there going, here's my flows, how I'm going to do things. But it's just you, and all we can see is this.
Yeah.
The entire time, it's not a video.
Leo,
that fucking moron Leafy or not doing.
Well, Leo, in fairness, does that, but Leo is a kid also, so I think he did his on.
Yeah, but here's the whole thing: he has the excuse of being a kid. If you're a grown ass man, you should absolutely know. I should not do this for a video.
What do we give Leo? An 8?
I give Leo. He, as a little kid, he's actually, when it comes to lyrical structure, even better than KSI because he worked his ass off trying to do it.
Dude, he really fucking. Dude, even I'll even give him credit. JJ even told him like, dude, how old is this kid? This kid's fucking great. So he put him in here. Who was the guy that did all that editing? Yeah, Ali Tommy.
Sorry, That's a fucking 10. He deserves way higher.
Yeah.
I agree. I want to give him.
I gave him a 9, but it should have been a 10.
He should. He's absolutely a 10.
Yeah.
He's a 10.
Dude, he did the most.
Out of everybody that's in this, he was able to physically edit, produce, and make a video.
Mm-hmm.
Make it interesting, and has a loop.
Yeah.
So the best part is, if you're the type of person that has your, let's say, playlist, you'll think that the video restarted.
Yeah, it's very. It was like a Vine. It's like a Vine in a way. Fucking great. Yeah, he's a 10, and he's at number 10 in the listings. Obviously, I don't think that's his ranking right now. I think it's just random people in here. King Batch is a 3. We already decided that.
Yeah, 3.
Bad, man. Come on, he never should have even been included in that. And then we got Kufis. Or 100 Kofi. I'll give him I'm gonna solid 8. It was good.
I'm gonna give him like a 7.5. I thought it was very good, but it's a lot of how do I describe it? It's a lot of this. It's just kind of this motion.
So we all agree that Tommy Neek is the winner.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you guys want to do this, I submitted for him. You guys can also submit for him. We will put the link in the description below. And make sure you continue to do that. I don't know how long JJ is going to continue this poll up for.
I think he should keep it for a while till he actually releases the song and then put the poll up.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think that should be
I think he said he was going to stop it. He said he was going to stop it today, so we at least put our vote in. I'm hoping I can get this up before the voting polls are done. So let me go on to his Twitter real quick. See if he tweeted out who won.
Here's one for you.
I don't think he's come up with anything yet. I do not. All right, so it's 3 people right now. He says it's close to 3 people. So I assume, I'm hoping it's not. I don't think Dizzy H should be on there. I'm hoping it's but we'll see. We'll see. Be sure to vote if you haven't yet. So that was April 11th. So that was yesterday. Yeah. So the voting's not closed yet. So hopefully I can get this out before voting closes. But if voting closes, what can you do? But yeah.
What can you do, right?
No, that was
question then. Here's a good one.
Go for it.
Best rapper on YouTube.
On YouTube. Ooh.
Currently,
we're talking nowadays, just lyrical structure.
Could be now or could be in the past. It's your own personal opinion. Who was or is the best rapper on YouTube? Who was or is?
Are we talking about strictly YouTube rappers or any rapper?
Specifically YouTube rappers. You can't fucking you can't be Eminem and put a video on YouTube and then you're a YouTuber. No, it's not how that works.
YouTube rappers, I'm not familiar with a lot of them.
I know one off the top of my head. What really
I was thinking maybe one, but I don't know if they're exclusively known as YouTube rappers or not, but I'm just gonna say it. Does Lonely Island count?
Yeah, actually, to be fair, most of their videos were shot and put directly onto YouTube. So,
you know what? If I had to pick the best, that wasn't from this list. Nice Peter and Epic Lloyd, ERB. ERB is fucking great.
I can agree with that.
Epic rap battles of history, like those guys, fucking put in the work.
They go hard on that.
They put in the work, and you can tell they put in the work. So I'll give them all the credit in the world. I mean, their best video came out recently, and they've been only back for like a cup of coffee, and they did the fucking Pennywise and Joker rap battle. That's fucking awesome, fucking amazing. I still listen to that every now and again on my free time because it was that fucking good.
I know somebody's gonna give me shit for this.
Go.
Because he's no longer on YouTube.
Go.
But I'll give you one lyric. I just want to let you know that you're a stupid fucking cunt. Go ahead and run your mouth, pussy. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, Filthy Frank. Yeah, that's true.
Ah!
How many times did you listen to Stir Fry?
Bro,
How many times did you
know
listen
how
to
many
Fried
times
Rice?
I've listened to his Pink Guy raps? Those are fucking incredible.
I still
Like,
have to
because
rate
no one
quality
expected that he had a
top
talent.
That's rated in the bigger quantities that counts as rave.
He is
Oh my
one of
God.
those, dude. He's one of those few people. Fucking Joshi. He's one of those few people that broke the whole "don't judge a book by its cover" thing, where you thought he was just a meme, and then he showed that he had skill. I even said, like, this dude's gonna break out of YouTube within like 5 years, and he did. Beating Rice Gum and being a Billboard artist.
Yeah. And
know
had
what
2 albums.
You know, my favorite bit is honestly my favorite one. It will always be Fried Rice because of the way it starts. Fried rice, you could say.
Yeah.
So. That's so fucking good.
I like the.
So good.
I like the. Fuck. There was one that was wicked underrated.
What?
I can't remember the name of it. I know it wasn't stir fried. I know it wasn't fried rice.
It's not. It might be. What's the beat if you happen to remember off the top of your head?
Don't remember, bro.
Please stop calling me gay. I touched my willy in high school, but I know it was a little mistake.
No. It was something about balls and something like that. Like he rhymed balls somehow and made.
Oh, rice balls.
Rice balls. Yeah. That's a fucking dope one. I love that one. Dude, he goes hard on that. Straight up. He goes fucking hard. I fucking love that one. But yeah. I don't know, man. But we all have different opinions at the end of the day with that. I don't know. I like Filthy Frank, but I think ERB's got him beat a little bit.
There was another one.
Who is the best rapper as far as structure lyrically, though?
I'm still gonna go with my choice because of how good that shit is, dude.
I don't know, man. Crypt is good. Crypt is fucking good. Like, other than that one, the Poppin one, like, he's got some lyrics. He's got some good-ass lyrics.
Yep.
Actually, hold on. There's another YouTube rapper that has some pretty good flow.
Go.
I can't remember his last name, but his first name is Akeem Lawson.
Oh, yeah.
If cartoon characters had rap careers...
Where did all the love go?
That had the greatest flow I've ever heard.
It's good shit.
It is.
So we all agree that Ray William Johnson is nowhere on our fucking list.
Who?
The best answer to that. All right, let's move on to the next thing. All right, so
who?
Wrestling topic. Yay.
Yeah.
Garbage.
So this is an interesting one. So this is the interim. So there are two topics wrestling wise. So we got a interim NXT Cruiserweight Championship tournament going on soon because Jordan Devlin's stuck in the UK because of the current situation. But instead of outright stripping Jordan Devlin of the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, they're going to be doing a tournament to crown the new NXT Cruiserweight champion. And it's basically, I'm hoping they do it in the style of a Cruiserweight Classic.
I doubt
it. They should.
They should, but they're not going to.
If they do it would be great. Because I would love to see the Cruiserweight Classic to come back. Because that was fucking great. That whole tournament is fucking outstanding. But as far as the idea of crowning an interim champion, this is more the debate here. Because there was a lot of debate online. Like, people didn't enjoy the idea of an interim Cruiserweight champion. And I don't know why. Because, like, this should have been done years ago. Like, this should have been done when Cena got that pec injury from Kennedy. And he had to relinquish the championship, and Orton had to win it in, like, some dumb Battle Royal thing in 2007. I think that this could be great for the business as a whole, just because it goes back to the UFC thing. Like, I made a comparison in the UFC earlier during the whole WrestleMania deal. I think we were talking about Ronda. And, like, in this instance, they do the interim champion in case somebody's out with an injury because of a fight, So they crown an interim champion, and then they have champion versus champion. Winner becomes undisputed champion, and you could just sell a fight like that. And I mean, how many fucking cards? Especially that I think the top card that did a champion versus champion, interim champion versus like injured champion feud was the Jose Aldo Conor McGregor fight, which did fucking gangbusters. So I'm not saying that WWE would have that happen with this because this is more of a niche title. But if they did this with every title going forward, personally, I think that would be great for the business as a whole. To be honest with you, does anybody else agree with that? That they should probably do the interim champion going forward?
You know what? I'm gonna flip a coin on my decision.
Really?
Yeah, I really, I'm very tied between.
Let fate decide.
Well, before you flip the coin, explain why you're like conflicted then.
Because I see where you're coming from, but also it's just this part of my brain that go like that fucking caveman part of my brain that goes only one champion.
Well, yeah, but then again, I don't agree with that because UFC.
As I said, it's the caveman part of my brain that just fucking.
Do you agree? Do you agree that UFC does it?
No.
So you're just against the whole interim champion in general?
No, I think it's a good idea. You gave your points. I'm just saying my fate will be determined by a coin, but then I'm going to need 50 coins, then 50 coins later, and then we're going to do everything on my bad computer.
Fuck, damn it.
All right, here we go. So that way, everybody knows there's no editing trick, no nonsense. I'm going to catch it in one go. It's going to flip. I'm going to catch it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the coin towards the camera. I will not know what the actual outcome is.
So what is heads? What is tails?
So heads is going to be it's a good idea. Tails is going to be it's a bad idea.
Okay, go.
All right.
Nikos, do you agree with that factor? Is everybody knows it's the same
okay
coin that I have in my hand. There's no bullshit, no trickery.
I stuck with my idea that it's going to be a good idea regardless. So
we'll see what happens.
I'm cool with it.
So, let me give that a better spin. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Heads.
It's a good idea.
Right.
Ready?
So we'll see what happens from there. But I've always said if you're going to make a decision, flip a coin.
Right. So we agree then that it's a good idea to a degree of like if there's an intro, like you could do good shit with that. I think.
Yes, you absolutely can.
Yeah.
And as I said, if they want to do a tournament around it, that was my major idea for the flip: is should it be a tournament or not?
Oh, okay.
But
I think that should be a tournament. I would love to see the Cruiserweight Classic come back.
Yeah, and I agree with you. That's why we flipped the coin. Because I was
I'm talking about interim champion as a whole.
One champion and no nonsense. And the other half of my mind goes, no, they should have a tournament and try to figure out who will be the interim champion in case if somebody gets injured, things like that.
Right.
And it's trying to make that just decision. That's why the coin flipped.
So, but you agree that the interim champion's a good idea?
Yes.
So that way they can do that properly, though.
UFC kind of does it.
UFC does do it. They straight up do it. Like they've done it 100 times over. They'll do it 100 times again.
It's more the factor that you're not the true champion, though. You didn't win the title. You just gained it.
No, well, yes, but that's the whole build to the thing is that can you beat the champion that went on injury?
Yes.
So that's going to be that's kind of be the story there. And then I think the best story to do it with in this regard probably should be Tyler Bate wins it. Because you got a natural feud there with Tyler Bate and Jordan Devlin, and that match was fucking great. So if you do it with those two, it would really hype up the cruiserweight division, I think.
I agree.
And yes, I agree, Mike. Totally. Yeah, I think the interim championship concept is fucking great. I think it's great. I think all wrestling companies should do it, to be honest. I think AEW should do it. I think New Japan should do it. I think every wrestling company should do it. Because that means if one of your champions goes out on injury, you can crown an interim champion, and then you can have an undisputed championship match later on in that month.
Agreed.
So that's what I think that would be great. Now, we don't know who's going to be in the NXT Cruiserweight title tournament, but let's So we're not going to actually talk about that, but we are going to talk about another tournament that's going on a different Wednesday show, and that's the TNT Championship Tournament. So we're gonna go over that TNT Championship bracket.
By the way, I have one more piece of gaming news a little bit later on before we get to like the main topic of the night, and this is a big one. Like, this is a fucking big one. Like, this is
that's fine. Breaking news is welcome on this channel.
Yes.
Okay, so we got Cody taking on Shawn Spears. That match has already happened. Cody advanced. That was a fucking great main event. This Dynamite. That was a great main event. Highly recommend anybody go check it out right now.
Very good. Very good.
Sammy Guevara is going to be taking on Darby Allin again. This will be the second match in their feud, and that's a tournament bracket match. Who we got on this?
I'm gonna go Sammy.
Sammy, you go with Sammy. I go with Darby.
With Sammy.
I'm gonna go with Darby.
I'll go with Darby as well.
I think you're gonna say Darby should win.
Darby, Michael, flip the coin.
Flip the coin. We'll continue. So Dustin Rhodes versus Kip Sabian. And then we got Lance Archer versus Colt Cabana. So, oh man, there's, I know Kip isn't gonna win, and I know Dustin won't win, but between Darby, Cody, and Lance Archer, this is a hard one. I got some unpredictable picks here. I can see easily one of those three winning.
I'm just thinking in my head how is this going to event, because there's this part of my brain that's saying in the finalists, Cody is going to be fighting Lance Archer.
Yeah.
Here's one for you then.
But Mike,
we have the coin.
So we know Darby's not winning, even though I feel like you should.
That's what we'll do for this. Option A is going to be one of the two choices. Option B will go to coin.
So we know it's going to be Cody and Archer then. Is that what we're going to?
Probably.
That's going to be the final? Okay.
Well, that's my mindset of things, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're right.
If you're smart, that's how you're going to go.
So the way, this is what I think is going to happen then. Darby's going to win against Sammy. Cody's going to win against... Cody's already won against Shawn Spears, so it's going to be Cody and Darby in the semifinal, and then it's going to be Dustin Rhodes taking on Lance Archer in the semifinals.
Hey, by the way...
Darby's going to lose to Cody, and then Dustin is going to lose to Archer, leading to that final.
Yes. Hey, by the way, really quick, WWE, this is how you make sure that you have a pay-per-view style thing even without a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
To keep your audience entertained week in, week out.
Yep, they know how to do it.
Saying.
They know how to do it, my dude.
Yep.
So yeah, I like that. That was fucking cool. I like that they're doing. I love that it's a TNT championship too. So let's do a coin flip. Which is tails and which is tails? Archer and Cody.
Cody is heads because he is the face of the company. Tails is going to be Archer.
Yes.
Okay. Good for
now, we're just doing this like just one off or 2 out of 3.
That's up to you, boys.
I say 1. Just do straight up 1.
Okay. So we got heads, and on the back we have tails.
All right, here we go.
Bullshit, no nonsense. One flip will determine it all. If you want, we can make it 2 out of 3 just to make sure the odds make.
Well, we'll be good. We'll be good with 1.
All right, here we go. 3, 2,
1.
Let's see. All right.
Tails.
Archer. So we think it's going to be Archer. You heard it here first. We'll see what happens.
And that's fate. That's not bullshit or camera trickery or nonsense. There's no David Blaine behind the curtain. David Blaine?
All right.
Imagine we actually
what's your breaking news?
That'd be super fucking funny if he's like, I'm hiding in the closet now.
What?
I live in the closet because all I do is street magic.
All right. What's your next thing?
So
what's your breaking
news? M2, the company that made RE2 Remake, RE3 Remake, are going to be doing Resident Evil 4.
Oh,
I'm not okay with it right now. RE3 Remake was kind of a disaster.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a bad game.
Most YouTubers can finish that in like 5 or 4 videos.
You can finish that in 6 hours. It's a 6-hour game.
It is, yeah.
6
Even
hour.
me, even a guy like me,
dude. It is a 6-hour, $60 game. You're spending $10 an hour. Fuck that shit.
That should have been like a DLC.
It should have been a DLC for RE2, but it wasn't.
Yes.
It was its own game. It was its own game. And people wouldn't have got pissed off if you made it a DLC. Then they would have asked, make a full game, and then you expand it with a bigger budget. It would have made more money. Whatever. So here's the problem with RE2 Remake, so that way we can get RE2, RE3, and going into Resident Evil 4.
Right.
Zombies are not going to be the same as the villagers of the Los Plagas. Here's what happens most of the time in Resident Evil 4. You shoot a zombie in the fucking head, his head pops like a melon.
Yeah.
His head explodes on impact.
Yeah.
Right.
In Resident Evil 2 Remake and 3 Remake, doesn't really happen that often.
Yeah.
You'll be lucky if it happens.
You played the demo, right? I was with you when you played the demo, I think.
I've seen the entire game of RE3 now. Want me to tell you how many times Nemesis really appears in story? Nemesis. 4 times.
Main, yeah. You talked.
The main attraction of Resident
Evil.
And
it was the main reason, the main hype around the game was that the trailer was around Nemesis.
Yeah.
James, can I tell you what the title for the first Resident Evil 3 game was called? Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Yep.
That was the whole fucking thing of the game.
And in the remake, it was just he only appears like 4 times.
He only appears like 4 times. Unless you can take him out with grenades.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
On hard difficulty, on the hardcore difficulty.
On the hardcore difficulty, you could just throw a grenade and it's game over.
You throw a grenade, you're able to run. You throw a grenade, you get.
Oh, dumb.
Here's the thing. You beat him, you get items from him. That's fine.
Yes, that's true.
You get pistol upgrades for Jill. You get nothing for Carlos because Carlos never fights Nemesis in story, which is fine because that's how it happened in the original game.
Mm-hmm.
Nemesis does not kill Jill's helicopter pilot. Carlos kills him at fucking in the Raccoon City Police Department, which doesn't happen in the original game. Jill doesn't go to the hospital. She doesn't walk it. Cutscene into the hospital, and it is the worst section of the entire game is Carlos inside of the hospital. Because they instantly start bringing out hunters.
Yeah, those fucking things.
Yeah, hunter betas. No, sorry, hunter gammas.
Right.
They're terrible. It is the worst fucking...
Aren't they you're talking about those are the zombies, right? In this...
No, the they're the zombies that are like extremely fast, giant-ass claws.
They are not POWs. They're bioorganic weapons.
Yeah.
They're in the game, and they are little bitches. Ready? Grenade kills everything in the game. A single fragmentation grenade kills every fucking enemy type in the game with one throw.
That's
except for the last Nemesis boss fight, which they ruined.
But even then, it's only 3 grenades. You said
that's all you need. You can beat every single boss in the game except for the second and fourth Nemesis fight. The second, third, and fourth Nemesis fight without grenades. The second one, you have to use explosive mines and wait for him to go into his animal stance to run around the arena for no fucking reason.
Climb aboard the watchtower. Put a mine grenade where he is. Watch him fall down. Shoot his head. It's ridiculous.
It's a terrible fight. The third encounter, Carlos tells you exactly where he is. He's hiding behind the third one. Why is Carlos there? Why is he helping me during this fight? What's the point? And the last fight of the game against Nemesis, he's a big fuck. He's a giant gelatinous fucking thing with tendrils and arms, and he has weak spots that are the easiest thing in the world to shoot with a pistol, and you kill him with a fucking railgun.
Yeah.
A railgun?
Oh, railgun.
You kill him with a railgun. You know how Jill kills him? Do you know
That's
how
not
Jill kills him
fun.
in the original game? Jill walks up to him with a magnum in her hand, puts it in his mouth, and blows that motherfucker's head clean off.
That's not
She
fun.
blows his head apart.
That's really fun when the boss isn't challenging.
It's not fun when he's the only boss in the game.
That's dumb.
That's it. It's just Nemesis. The hunter babies
and he's
are a joke.
You blink and you miss him, basically.
Dude, Maximilian already did a fucking playthrough of the game. It took him about 8 hours to get all the way through, and it's because the hospital section is fucking terrible.
It is.
It is god awful. It's the worst section.
So many of those things.
No, it's not so many of those things. It's a lot of this. Point A, point B, back to point A, go to point C, back.
I remember you played this part. I remember you played this part, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like we were trying to get recording done for our show, and I remember it was like I have to do this because there's no other way to fucking do this. There's no other way to save it. I'm seeing him go from point A to point B to point C, and then back to point A, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, it is the longest slog of the whole game. And then Carlos, with the current thing of RE3, has to kill zombies in order to hold down the fort. So that way Jill can wake up from her fucking nemesis attack and get the gates closed around the area in order to shut the hospital down. And fucking, it's the most unfun thing in the game. It's the most unfun nonsense that's ever.
It is, yeah.
They need to.
Nemesis fucking drowns in acid and lives. What?
But you can beat him with 3 grenades.
But you can beat him with 3 grenades.
That's fucking.
You can beat him with James. You can beat him with just a pistol.
Yeah.
You can beat him with literally just the pistol. You can beat his ass with
immune to acid, but not to bullets and explosions. Okay, got it.
He's immune to acid. He's immune to acid and fire. And undead, that's immune to acid and fire. And Nikos, I'm sorry, James. Both of you can, unless you've already seen the full playthrough, Nikos. James, can you do me a favor? Look up original Nemesis from the original RE3. And do a comparison of how he looks in RE Remake, which isn't a bad design. I think it's a good redesign of the character. But it's completely ruined. It's completely fucking ruined.
Yeah.
Because he eventually looks like Nemesis from fucking Resident Evil, of the original Resident Evil 3.
The third, the 3 Remake is kind of alright. And then regular 3.
Original Resident Evil 3.
Yeah,
Nemesis.
3 original is much better.
Yeah. Because he doesn't look human.
Right.
He's not supposed to be. He's a monster. He is a BOW, a bioorganic weapon.
Well, clearly he's not anymore. We can lose to 3 fucking grenades, but not anything else.
James,
it's so dumb.
James,
so basically,
James, you can dodge him.
Yeah.
So you can take a look. So whoever takes the advice of Piccolo will win the fight with Nemesis.
No, literally, you dodge and you'll instantly. No, James, you're not getting it. You do a dodge roll, and it instantly highlights his head for you to shoot him. You dodge roll, aim down sights. It will instantly do it, and about every single shot with that will give you a critical.
Here's what's stupid.
So it's useless.
How is it that when Jill does a perfect dodge, he just rolls out of the way, but when Carlos does a perfect dodge, he
punches.
Either punches the zombie or drops kicks them?
Because
that's
Jill's
ridiculous.
a better soldier.
Why couldn't Jill do that?
Like, Jill's personality is great. Carlos's personality is great. You get more of Nikolai. You get more of how the atmosphere looks. But Raccoon City, which is supposed to be a zombie abyss, feels really fucking plain. And I don't know how anybody is looking at that game going, oh, it's super fun. 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 9.8 out of 10.
It's small.
It's a small fucking game. There's nothing going on. The sewers are done. Oh, I gotta go activate the train rails. Done. It's right across the street. You can get right there. Remember when you look in the background, it looks like it's super far away? No, Jill just turns into a door and then she's right there.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Thing that looks like it's miles away and would take you forever to get to. And it should take you forever to get to. The first part of the game should be a long fucking... This game should have been about 14 hours long if you're going to do it nowadays. It should have been 14 hours long. The original game is about 9. The original game's a lot of backtracking.
Did they do that on purpose so that way they could have more money via the stream time? Because I know some games are investing into streamers doing like all day streams now and making profit off that.
I'm gonna read you a tweet from probably the biggest Resident Evil fan I know.
Right.
Please God, do not use Resident Evil Remake 3 Zombies for an action game again like RE3 Remake. Hordes of them don't work for action. They feel like unresponsive sponges. I don't have much confidence considering M2's behind it. Probably more cut corners than anything. Try out Resident Evil 4 HD.com to get the HD remake of Resident Evil 4 done by fans. This game's coming out in 2022 and is developed by the same company that made RE3 Remake and RE2 Remake. They did fantastic with RE2 Remake.
Yeah, they did.
It's a fantastic game because the whole fucking game is in 2 locations.
Right.
The police station and the underground umbrella factory. This game is supposed to be Raccoon City. 3 was supposed to be Raccoon City.
Yeah.
Why does it feel like I can go here, and I'm already in the umbrella factory? Oh, and then the nuke already goes off. But Jill falls asleep for like a day, and that's why all this shit happens. No, it happens like in a couple hours. But how does Leon get there and then have the whole thing at the narratively compared to 2, it makes no fucking sense. It's all over the place, and it doesn't feel like it's organic. It doesn't feel like that they're going from point A to point B. It feels like a lot of, Jill, you need to get a fire hose in order to stop the fire in the alley. And then you got to get bolt cutters so that way you can go open up the shotgun and get that early. But you never backtrack.
Yeah.
But you never backtrack. Yeah. Resident Evil. No, a Resident Evil game where you never backtrack to the original location. You never backtrack. RE4 had that.
But you'll backtrack in the first fucking level.
Resident Evil fucking 4 has a lot of backtracking if you choose to. If you're like, oh, I missed this, I can actually go back and pick that up, and then I can finish a chapter. And then I can finish a chapter. No, RE3 Remake, you that's a fucking breeze. It's literally Max died about 6 times because of bullshit.
Right.
Because Nemesis can run at full speed and throws like 3 punches.
Yeah.
And they're impossible to dodge all 3 punches.
Well,
and he gets a rocket launcher, and then it's like Nemesis has the rocket launcher, and then he doesn't have the rocket launcher anymore. He gets it and then loses it. He gets the flamethrower, and then he loses it. How to not design a character. That's how you don't do it. You don't fucking make him. It's the equivalent of me doing this. Was that annoying? Was that annoying? That's the whole game.
Nice. All right. So we can go on about this all day long, but if we do that, we're going to be here for forever. And speaking of, because we gotta move on to our next topic. Because
what you mean is
it's comparing one great all-time fighting game to one that's.
But James, what you mean is we could be doing this to infinite. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a quick little bit of story time. Mr. Little Mike Marr, little Mikey boy here, used to love going to arcades in Massachusetts, specifically with his old man to find a Marvel vs. Capcom machine.
Yeah.
Now, Marvel vs. Capcom has a history. We're talking about X-Men Children of the Atom, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Heroes, Marvel Superheroes, fucking Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, UMVC 3, and Marvel Infinite. It's a lot of fucking games. That's an accordion level of amount of games.
Right. Infinite being the fucking worst of them.
It's the most up-to-date version, and the story mode is terrible. The characters' designs are relatively bad. They don't look good. It looks like it was made like 2 years before Marvel fucking 3 did. And it is a bad game. So, James, can you just do me a quick favor?
Yep.
Because I don't know if Nikos has seen the designs or not. I don't know.
I don't think I have.
Can you look up Captain America UMVC 3? Captain America Marvel Infinite, because that's the most important character. You can't fuck up.
This is how you could tell how bad the design.
It's the hardest thing to fuck up. If you want to, you can screen share, so that way the audience at home can also see what we're talking about in real time. Well, not real time because it's a recorded thing.
I just need to get them up real quick. So there's there's one. There's
it goes to the same pose. Go for it.
Captain America. Hold on, you know what? I'll just do. You're being a butt. Hold on, you're being a butt. Captain America, Marvel versus Capcom Infinite. I hit that every bit of typing that in. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna share screen here. Hopefully people could see it. Sometimes I don't know. Actually, you know what? Let me stop the recording because sometimes this thing kind of decides to be a dumb shit.
So break.
We're coming right back to it. Okay. So now that we did that, just to be on the safe side, this is Captain America on MVC3. Very good design. Detail. Looks like Captain America. Has the wings. That's important. Here's Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
So, really close to his movie design, but the problem is he's not proportioned.
At all.
His fucking head is massive on his head is really small on his body.
Yeah.
Nikos knows what I'm talking about when I say this specifically. His design from UMVC, from Marvel Infinite, specifically to me, looks like a Rob Liefeld drawing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks like Rob Liefeld's fucking Captain America.
He looks like a mobile app version of Captain America.
He looks actually... James, can you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Can you look up the fucking Marvel Clash superhero game? Because that exists of Captain America.
Let's do Marvel Clash with Captain America.
Marvel superheroes... Oh, I think it might be Strike Force, actually.
Strike Force? Yep, Marvel Strike Force.
That's a mobile game.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's actually what it is.
That's the Captain America I was referring to.
That's exactly what it is.
The Strike Force game that keeps being recommended in my YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Go down to the image right below that. Yeah, the one that's right next to it, James. The one where he's actually in the pose.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's the same fucking design. It's terrible. It's the same design.
Anyway,
it looks like a robot.
And you know what? And here's another thing. So we're gonna look up Marvel vs. Capcom cover art for 3.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 cover art, because that was the last game that came out.
Cover.
Oh, you're doing it? You see the little red bit on the front of the hat? Other side. You gotta pull that forward. So that way you can hit it with the actual stick.
This is actually being a dick. It won't let me search now. Fucking Google being a cunt. Alright, hold on. Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
You need to see.
Ultimate. You can't see?
No, you need the C. You put MV3.
Oh, MVC.
Oh, there you go. It actually fucking works.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Alright. Oh, wait, hold on. I want it to be as big as possible. There we go.
Here's the big one.
That looks cool.
Infinite.
Look at... You're going to see the absolute disappointment. Oh, my God.
So,
let me fucking search. Thank you.
So, yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to find the bet. Well, this is basically it. That's basically it, but I'm trying to find one.
No, go for the video game one.
I'm trying to get one that's big enough. It won't fucking pop. There we go. There it is. So, right off the bat, 3. This is fucking cool.
Because it looks like a comic book. It looks like a comic book illustration.
It does.
It looks good. It's not a bad design, but the problem comes in with Infinite that you want to know who your major villain is in the background.
It's basically a Dark Khan ripoff.
But I want Nikos to do one thing for me. Please guess his fucking name.
The villain in the background?
The villain in the background, which is Ultron.
Let me try that. I'm trying to get the biggest image possible.
Then
for a second, I thought it was going to be Dormammu, but now I can see, Ultron.
That's Ultron.
There it is.
Yeah.
Would you like to guess the second part of his name?
Wait, what?
It's Ultron, but what's the second part of his name? Because Ultron is in purple.
Thanos?
No.
No, Thanos is right below.
Thanos is right there.
You ready?
What?
Ultron Sigma.
Sigma balls.
Sigma from fucking Mega Man X merged with Ultron to make Ultron Sigma.
Oh my god.
It's
they're
just
both
a Dark
robots. Because they're both robots.
Dude, here's the. You want to know the worst part of this? Hold on.
What?
All right, I finally got this. So, you take a look. Who are the first 2 people that you fucking see when you think of Marvel vs. Capcom? Like, even as a casual, like I'll admit I'm a casual, but I know the first 2 people I think of when Marvel vs. Capcom are Wolverine and Ryu. Who is right here?
Mega Man X.
Mega Man X.
Mega Man
Ryu,
and Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Now, James, can you do me a favor? Can you look up the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3 box art?
I will in a second, but do you notice that Ryu and Wolverine their faces are large?
Oh, I should probably go over that really quick, so that way Nikos is like, how come there's no X-Men characters in this game? Because there's no X-Men characters in a Marvel vs. Capcom game. Yet it's the reason why Marvel vs. Capcom fucking started. Disney went, so, since you guys are making Marvel vs. Capcom games, you can't use X-Men characters because they're not in the cinematic Marvel universe.
Is that the reason?
That's literally the major reason. So Capcom, trying their goddamn damnedest to try to give it to fans, goes with tears, by the way, behind their eyes for the fact that they can't use fucking the characters that they know the most. Magneto was a function. The reason why people like playing Magneto is because he had 8-way motion, eight ways to kind of move around the screen, and he had a beam. It's not the fact that his name's fucking Magneto and he has about 60 plus years of comic history behind him. It is you like him because he has functions. Functions. They're all functions. Ryu's functions. He has a uppercut. He's got fireballs. He's got hurricane kicks. He's functions. It's all fucking functions.
Okay.
The reason why, and that was the thing that pissed a lot of people off. That's a fucking big one. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a Marvel vs. Capcom game, but no X-Men characters. We're also gonna make the roster mostly focused on DLC for Marvel characters.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, hold on. I had to take that call. You know how it is.
Oh, get it.
Okay, so here is Marvel vs. Capcom 1.
There's so much going on in the box art. That's the original Dreamcast box art / the actual fucking arcade cabinet siding. That was the first one I ever played that's a Marvel vs. Capcom game, and it's one of the best. Roster's small, but it's super fun.
And you compare it to Infinite. Just not good. Now, that's just the cover art. Let's take a look at the roster. The roster is tragic. In fact,
Let's go off of UMVC's roster, the big one.
Yeah.
The fucking big one.
Oops. So, yep. Then all... Oh, bring me to Wikipedia. We'll go straight to the roster.
Playable characters.
Playable characters. Did I pass it already?
Just passed it. Go back up.
Back up.
Nope, you just passed it again. Just click the fucking thing that says playable characters.
Playable characters. Oh no, that's
part of it, dude. Just look up the full roster online. There's an image.
That's what I was looking for.
It's not in there.
Fuck you.
Just look up the image. It takes like 2 seconds. Just type in Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate Roster.
And go images.
Okay. Is this in it?
No, you just gotta go on images.
Well, sometimes it's better. Oh.
Okay, here.
Is that it?
That's the full roster.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
So let's start from left to right. Actually, Nikos, tell me what characters you do notice and the ones that you can ask questions about later that I could give you information on.
Well, I see Rocket, Deadpool, Ryu, Wesker, Jill, Chris.
Kreos.
Oh,
James, no, second image. That's the full
Mike
fucking
Hagar,
roster.
Spider-Man, She-Hulk, Hulk, Doom, Strange, Dante, Iron Man, Thor,
the Wolverine.
Oh yeah, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Iron Mask, Magneto, Nova, Sentinel, Storm, Skrull, I think Super Skrull. Taskmaster. Did I say Dormammu again?
No, you have not said Dormammu yet.
Dormammu, Ghost Rider, Hawkeye. And there are a couple others which I can't remember.
That's fine.
Okay.
You
so
got
James, I want you. So really quick, James, before you keep going, I'll go over the whole roster. It'll take a second for me to do.
That's fine. I want to actually get the roster in image form because their menu screen, for reasons, ultimate menu screen compared to the fucking.
So from starting from left to right, you have Jill, Nemesis, Firebrand. James, can you go to the actual previous image? So that
that's fine. Go
you have Strider, Phoenix Wright. You have Chris Redfield, Arthur, Frank Weston, Virgil, Wesker, Zero, Dante, Ryu, or Ryu Dante, Morgan, Tron Bonne. You have Chun-Li. You have Trish. You have Morgan. No, you have Felicia, Spencer, Akuma, Beautiful Joe, Hasenko, Hagar, Sea Viper, and finally Amaterasu. On the Marvel side, you have Shuma Gorath, you have fucking Doctor Strange, Hawkeye, you have Ghost Rider, Nova, Dormammu, Captain America, Rocket Raccoon, Iron Fist, Doctor Doom, Iron Man, Wolverine, Deadpool, MODOK, Thor, Storm, X-23, Super Skrull, Hulk, Sentinel, Spider-Man, Taskmaster, She-Hulk, Magneto, Phoenix.
And now we go to this.
What do you got on this side?
And then we go to this tragedy.
This fucking tragedy of a roster. So if you take a look really quick, count how many characters that are missing from this roster on both sides.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's
a lot.
It's a shit ton, actually.
And there's more Capcom and there's more Marvel characters than there
you can literally see it. You can literally see it in the menu. So no Phoenix Wright, he's gone. Firebrand's back for no fucking reason. Virgil doesn't exist. Wesker it doesn't exist anymore. Don't worry about him. Trish, who cares? Beautiful Joe, Amaterasu, they're gone.
Yeah.
Akuma, he's not even in the game. Sea Viper doesn't exist. No Hasenko, no Felicia. So that's a good chunk of the roster. No Jill. Jill's gone. Fuck Jill. Jill doesn't exist. From what I can tell from the Marvel side, there's no Shimogorath. I thank you, James, for completely. That's a YouTube link, my dude.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
you have it
trying
right
to
there.
get
It's fine.
the other roster.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. So let's see. You have you have pretty much almost the upper row except for Hawk for fucking Shimogorath. He doesn't exist anymore. Iron Fist, he's gone. Wolverine gone. Deadpool gone. MODOK, he's in the game. Don't worry. X-23, Storm, Sentinel, Super Skrull, Taskmaster, She-Hulk, Magneto, and Phoenix. So how many characters is that so far?
Too many.
Too many. That's almost the entire roster of 3 gone.
Yeah.
That's a huge chunk of that fucking roster gone.
Here's the worst part. Now I'm gonna get the actual. No, that's a YouTube link. I'm trying to find the. This will probably work. Hopefully.
That's a YouTube link, James.
Is that a YouTube link? Fuck off! I don't want.
It says YouTube right on it. Right there, right in front of you.
Right,
No,
fine.
down, right there. Go down one. That's a YouTube link. That's the one.
That's
Perfect.
the one. Okay,
That's the one. You can zoom in and make it bigger.
All right, cool. Nope.
You review. Who cares? Who cares?
Trying to get to the actual roster. What the fuck? There we go. Actual fucking roster. All right. So now we compare roster menus.
It's it's the most boring roster in the world with fucking Infinite. It's
So
I mean, Infinite is really small.
It's small and it's boring.
Yeah.
Look at
just the characters.
Look
not
at the
even
design.
facing each other.
Look at the design in this roster, like right here.
You
like
have Marvel
everything
cards.
going on here.
Look at the background, for fuck's sake.
You have a comic book. The roster is 2 sides of a comic book, essentially.
You have,
then
and
the
you have
characters
as
just like their training
fucking
cards.
It's super cool. I wish more games would do that. The problem does come in with is that if you take a look at it, and James, I want you to pull up the original roster from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so we can kind of have a little better of a distinguish than what we have here.
Yeah. The original one.
The original, because it's a
Even
little
the
bit more
original.
formatted the same.
I know which one he's talking about. This one.
This one. So, Nikos, what do you tell primarily from the images alone? Here, James, why don't you actually click on that image and blow it up?
This roster right here.
Yes.
It's like when you select your characters, it turns into a comic book issue.
Of course. And
you look at this too. Look at how evenly symmetrical that line is for the Marvel vs. Capcom game. And the Time Infinite thing, and the fact that the grid has some curvature to it.
Specifically, I'm going to stop you there. That's actually supposed to be the Danger Room. The layout of options inside of the X-Men Danger Room, which is the actual training stage in the game, which doesn't exist in Marvel fucking Infinite because there's no X-Men characters.
Yeah.
And here is the cover. It's a comic book cover.
Yeah. Well, it's a graphic novel.
Graphic novel cover.
Graphic novel cover, yeah. Same thing.
And
but you get more of an idea of design because every character is facing towards the other. Where in Marvel Infinite, that's not the case because a lot of their fucking eyes are not facing towards one another.
Dude, and not only that, when I go down, you can already tell the line is not symmetrical at all. And the worst part about it is the backgrounds are just from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
The backgrounds, they look like Injustice.
Yeah, but they're not. They're straight up from just regular pictures of the movies, the Marvel movies. Which you can tell.
Oh no! My good
like
sir.
Disney demanded this be done just so they can get a quick cash grab.
My good sir, it's even stupider than that.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, all those websites that are giving this a 7.7 out of 10, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this shit?
What?
Here's all 9 stages in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
9?
Umbrella. X-Guard. New Metro City. Do you see what they kind of did there?
Yeah.
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 Well, what I'm trying to say is, here's the story of UMBC and it's like this. So they decided that the smart thing to do was to give this game a story mode, which it didn't fucking need. Nobody cares. Nobody cared about a story mode for this. Here's what the story is, though. Thanos and Death, who looks a lot like the Deadpool version of Death, hardcore. She's got tits in her face. Decides to tell Thanos, because she's talking to Jeddah, the character that's from the Darkstalkers universe that nobody gave a shit about, except for the fucking Capcom fans such as me. Here's what happens.
Oh boy.
Thanos goes, I'm going to grab Ultron. And then Ultron decides to go into Mega Man X's universe.
Yeah.
And who he meets? You know who he meets? He meets Sigma. And they're both robots, right, that hate humanity. So they decide to merge AIs to become Ultron, Sigma. And they use Infinity Stones, because that's the entire point of this game, is because the fucking Infinity Stones were the big thing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yep.
And with these Infinity Stones, they're able to have enough power to take over all of X-Guard, because there's a convergence now between these two stupid things that make no fucking sense. Thank you. Between these two things that make no fucking sense. And then, this is the part that's really fun. With the convergence, all of these locations become one. So, MODOK, who is from both rosters, who's in the game but isn't a playable character, because fuck MODOK, he sucks dick. MODOK runs AIM, which is the company that he runs in the Marvel Universe, but they changed it.
Yep.
It's called AIMbrella.
Yeah.
Nemesis, just like his counterpart in Resident Evil 3 Remake, shows up for like a couple seconds and then doesn't appear again.
Nope.
And wait for it, it gets better. It gets way fucking better. In the Dark Kingdom, Jeddah is teamed up with Dormammu and Firebrand, and together they try to take over humanity. I'm not even done.
Oh no.
He uses the Soul Stone and gives it to a symbiote to consume human souls, and then unleashes it upon New Metro City. Because Metro City and New York, we decided to put them together and make a thing, and Mike Hagar is still fucking there for some reason. Mike West is still a photo photographer.
Yep.
So that whole thing happens. Which, by the way, remember, there's no Punisher, no Daredevil, no Luke Cage, none of that shit.
None of that.
Because that's Netflix. We don't care about that shit.
Yeah.
Even though that would have made sense.
Yeah, it makes it collides with the MCU.
And Mike Hagar knows Spider-Man. They're friends. And Spider-Man gets the black suit, but not really, but kind of.
Yeah, it's in other words, I'll be quick about this because I want to get to the roster before we get cut short here by
I could give you one line.
Forces outside of my
control.
control.
This in one line.
It's haphazard bullshit.
I can do this in one line.
Go.
Dick the Skeleton.
Yeah.
Morgan in the story wants to fuck Ghost Rider.
Yep.
The succubus wants to have sex with the Spirit of Vengeance. And I went, didn't she have this whole thing with Wolverine because of the fact that he's like literally immortal? Yeah. They have like this chemistry because they've existed for like hundreds of years, you know, that whole thing. Why would she want to fuck the Skeleton Man? That's weird.
Don't fuck the skeleton. What are you doing?
Don't dick the bone. What's wrong with you? You're high.
Hey, listen, because cash grab. That's why. All right, let's get on.
Fantasies.
Ready? MVC 4 roster. This is what the roster should have been. and then we'll end it here. This is it. Yep. This is because they wanted Infinite to be 4, but everyone shit all over it. So they're like, nah.
Yeah, you know my face, so I'm not like right in front of the rosters.
Yeah.
So
I'll move you right here. There you go.
Cool.
So
I'm
everybody
in front
knows
of the
that's
Capcom roster.
Yeah.
So let's start from left to right. You have Wolverine, Iron Man, Spider-Man. You have Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Ant-Man, and Deadpool. You have, I think, War Machine, Winter Soldier.
Yep. Star-Lord.
Scarlet Witch.
Quicksilver.
Vision.
Black Panther.
Deadpool. Punisher should have already been in the game because he was.
That's not Deadpool. That's Daredevil. Daredevil.
Oh yeah, that's Daredevil. Yep.
Daredevil. Punisher, which, fun fact for you, is the first Marvel character licensed to Capcom.
So
has never appeared in any of these games.
My argument is he should have been in the middle here. But anyway.
Doctor Strange.
Yep, Doctor Strange.
Raccoon, Ghost Rider, Storm, Cyclops.
Phoenix, Gambit,
Sentinel,
Psylocke, Cable,
Iron Fist,
Nick Fury, Silver Surfer, Blade, Miss Jupiter,
Miss Marvel.
Marvel, yeah, that's Miss Marvel.
Sorry, I can't read that small.
Oh yeah, no,
Ultron, Moon Knight.
Is that Ultron? That's not Ultron.
That's Ultron.
Is it?
That's Ultron.
I cannot read that.
I can, and that's upsetting. Probably because of my bad eyesight. Moon Knight, X-23, Loki.
No, X-20. Yeah, X-23. Loki, Venom,
Magneto.
Super Skrull, Shia Gorath, Doctor Doom, my main. Thanos, Dormammu. No, wait, that's Ultron. Oh, that's Nova. Fuck, that's Nova.
That's Nova. That's Nova.
And then lastly, it's Carnage because it's Carnage.
Yeah, of course.
And then on the Capcom side,
Ryu, Chun-Li, Ken, Mega Man, Dante, Chris Redfield, Jill, Leon S. Kennedy, who should have appeared, Captain Commando, who should have been in these games because his name is literally fucking Capcom. Spencer, Morgan, Felicia, I think that's Hasenko, then Zero, Vaughn, and Axel, then Roll. Beautiful Joe, Phoenix Wright, and Frank West. Batsu, who's from rival schools. Arthur, Cammy, Asura, and Yasha from Asura's Wrath, which is the big two that everybody wants him because he's such a good character and he's already fought Nakuma and Ryu.
This would be the only game. This would be the only game that makes any sense
because he's literally fighting gods. Amaterasu,
Hagar,
Lady, Strider.
You missed this guy. I don't know who he is.
I already said Yasha.
Here's Yasha.
Lady, Strider, and John Talbane, my favorite character from Darkstalkers.
That's John Talbane. Okay. And then
that's Jean. So okay, really quick, so that way I don't forget. Jean is from God Hand, which if you've never played is like the funnest fucking sides beat 'em up game ever made because you are retardedly strong. Jin from Cyberbots, Hayato, Ruby Heart, Saki. No, wait, that's not Ruby Heart. That is
Ruby Heart. Saki.
No, it's Saki, but I can't read the one previous because that's not Ruby Heart. Because that's a samurai. I think it's Ryu. That's Hayato.
Kijin no Soku?
Yeah, that's who it is. Then it's Ruby Heart. Then it's Ryu, Vega, Judy, Virgil, Firebrand, Dimitri, fucking
Albert Wesker,
and Bison, BB Hood, Akuma, and of course Nemesis.
So already we know it's a better effing roster.
I'm surprised none of the Fantastic Four characters are in the.
Can I tell you why? I can't do the Fantastic Four characters?
Boy.
Because Super Skrull exists and he literally uses all their powers. Except for the Invisible Woman, but who gives a shit because her powers are kind of useless.
By the way, just to give proper credit,
Fantastic.
This was done by specifically Zelda Smash of Smash Boards. So he's the one that did all this roster. So shout out to him, obviously. This guy knows how to do a freaking Capcom Marvel vs. Capcom roster than the freaking Disney idiot.
And honestly, and completely, like 100% honestly, if you were gonna do it in an interesting way, don't give Thanos the Infinity Stones, because what's the fucking point? He's done the thing in the movie, snap, half the roster gone, whatever.
Right.
Let him take the power of let him steal Bison's psycho power. And then he's just unstoppable, because psycho power is the most bullshit fucking Deus Ex
Thanos should, if you're going to do the whole thing where Marvel has to be the main center point, Thanos should have been the main villain, and it should have been him stealing M. Bison's powers. That's how you do it.
Yeah, but they didn't want to do that because Bison is he was like one of the most busted characters in Marvel vs. Capcom too, so with Guile. I'm surprised Guile isn't on the list. That's a weird one.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked he isn't. But I mean, there would be other people I would recommend. Like Guile should absolutely be on there.
I would get rid of Vega. I don't think Vega would work for the game personally.
Vega is in Street.
If you're gonna replace him with anybody,
it should be Guile.
Yeah, it should be Guile. Guile would be like the one character that Bison could fucking do like actually have a story moment with, because Guile.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that it would be the whole, Thanos is the conqueror, and then you'd have the one only reason why Bison and Guile would actually team up is to fucking stop this monster.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Everybody calls Bison the villain, but Bison is actually an eco-terrorist.
Yeah.
I wanted to think about that one. He's trying to kill humanity to save the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both have
not a bad guy.
They're actually both good guys in different ways, but they also do dumb shit in evil ways.
Well, as what Zangief said, he's not a bad guy, but he is not a bad guy.
Get rid of Guile, give us Zangief. I would rather have the classic Rappler back, because he was.
Yeah.
We need to turn that.
Could you imagine Zangief versus fucking Hulk too? Oh man,
dude, Zangief and Hulk fucking clash hands.
Oh man,
and they do a test of strength.
So
yes, all day. I'm for it.
Hulk's fucking overpowering him, and then you just hear Zangief go, "Muscle power for you," and fucking German suplex him.
Yes, all day.
That'd be brilliant,
dude. You get to find. Well, I mean, you have Hagar, but I want Hagar, Zangief, and Hulk as a team. Because fuck you,
stop.
Yeah, stop. That's a god team right there.
That's absolutely. The Sean Maverick team. That's Sean McMillan all day.
Actually, no. So really quick, because we wanted to talk about it at some point. I actually have Sean's teams.
Oh no! We said we got to keep that a secret, man. We got to keep that on lock. We're not revealing that.
I'm at least going to give you the first team.
Okay, go.
Hagar, Super Skrull, and Nemesis.
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah,
that's a team.
That's a team. All right.
So for you, good sir, if I know you good enough, it's Magneto, Morgan, and Hulk.
Yes, because I'm weird.
Nikos, you would have Wesker, Deadpool, and Dante. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And for my shitball team, or as I like to call it, team, we will conquer the world one way or another.
Keep in mind, everyone, this is 3. We're talking about 3 teams. MVC 3.
Yeah. Because fuck Infinite.
Fuck Infinite. We're not playing that garbage.
Yeah. For my team, it's Doctor Doom, Akuma, and Wesker, also known as Team Evil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We will conquer the world using the Satsui no Hado and Finger Snaps. And Ouroboros.
Nice.
We will use
all right.
Ouroboros create.
So we'll I think that's pretty much it. We'll end it here. You got some good rants. You got some good nerd shit. And this is a very good first episode, actually.
I've come for your cummies, Chris.
That was a very, very good first episode, I think.
It was, indeed.
So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're better than ever. We're going to be doing this shit. And we're going to as we said, virus attack, so we got to keep ourselves from going insane. So with that being said, if you guys want to stay tuned for more Indie Force, where we talk about all this nerd shit, you can subscribe to the J-Hebert Side 95 channel right now and make sure you turn that post notification bell on. Make sure you leave a comment and a like and share us so the algorithms think that we're fucking important. And until next time, we will see you on the J-Hebert side, and we will see you next time on the Indie Force. Stay safe, everybody.